Hello and welcome back to Dev Plays, the Animite Tales Fables campaign. I am Joe, and welcoming back our lovely and wonderful players yet again for another adventurous time. I think I played that off pretty well. We're back with Tak, Dago, Ether, and of course Monk and Kaio. Now, before we get into anything, does anyone else have any last things that they want to say about last session?
Yeah. Well,
What happened?
mistakes were made.
Hmm.
Look, I will just say this up on, to call out Kane. You know, I know it was funny. It was very funny, nearly dying in the well. Please don't try and get into funny situations where, you try and commit suicide. I'm just saying this right now because I know you, and I've had indications that you might do it because it's funny. And yes, I know. Yeah, viewers, I know it's very funny. It's very funny, but please don't. I'm begging you.
Okay, well,
Do it.
My
please.
rolls are not good.
So, we'll get right back into it then. So, previously on the last session, you guys all split up as there was nothing else that you could do as the man who hired you walked off, seemingly more annoyed than ever. After you went off in your own separate ways, Tak and Monk, you found out that the box does in fact contain a scroll, and the box in fact cannot allow any of the magical beings, such as tieflings, Asimar, angels, demons, devils, fiends, and Genasi, to touch it. However, since you're a human monk, you were able to hold it yourself. After making the guards believe that the others were possessed, which they might very well have been, or they might very well not have been. You were able to escape, sneakily stealing the box that held the scroll. You then brought it back to your, I guess you could say, your employer, Belthor, an elf who had actually stated that this scroll is actually a physical meta contract made by a demon that basically enslaved his grandfather's soul, and it would eventually take all of their souls. So now that you all have given that scroll to him, he was able to procure a purification spell to destroy it. And once doing so, he gave all of you 5 gold coins each, as well as an item. However, Kaio, you turned him down for giving you an item. All of you then started fishing. You ended up at the end of the day fishing in the main town's river to get some food for the night. I'm going to say all of you have now had 2 of your... So basically, instead of 5 gold coins, you now all have 4 gold coins and 98 silver, as you all spent a night in the tavern. However, you did not spend any more money than that because Tak was able to get enough fish for all of you to eat for the evening and also for the morning as you've all awoken. Now, Kaio, you had a near-death experience, and also you saw your supposed godlike father again. However, the weird thing for you is, obviously, you started realizing that the people who are helping you might very well be the people who are saving you from this almost Morbius strip of an existence that you would eventually return to the thing that gave birth to you. Monk, you have obviously had some interesting adventures, and Tak, you are just going by the way of the wind blowing you in whatever direction. However, Dago and Ether, you have specific purposes that you have tried to do. For instance, either saving your friends or just finding the next meal. But it's all about to change, as the next morning, as you all awaken, one of you specifically one of you, and I will actually explain which one of you. As you all come down to the morning, Kaio, you see all of your teammates, and as they're all sitting around a table, and you walk in, you notice that those weird illusions and those weird dreams, they didn't affect you last night. You actually slept rather well. So as we open up into the tavern known as the... I can't even remember what the name of this tavern was. I wrote it down, but I can't find that note. So I'm going to call it the... Oh, I've got an idea. The Toothy Slime.
It's a different then.
The Toothy Slime. It's a different tavern now.
Yes. So it's actually much better beds, actually. You know, much softer, much slimier.
Yeah, we went to sleep in one end and then woke up in another end, as you do.
Oh, it's a wild night.
This one had 4-star on TripAdvisor rather than a 3-star of the other one.
It's actually called Journey Advisor. Thank you very much. Journey Advisory. Anyway, yeah. So as you all sat at the table eating the fish that you were able to get, as they cook it for you, since you brought your own food. Yes, you are the last person to take a seat, Kaio. So as you're all eating, what would you like to discuss with each other?
I'm actually just, I've just been having a look at these spells here because I'm quite happy with my new book of secrets that Belfour gave me. And I would just go and just show people like, ooh, look at this. Like if we have any demon slaying missions or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Polishing his shovel with the kitchen with like a cloth.
Oh yeah, I
Yes.
forgot you got the shovel, your most coveted item.
Indeed. I mean, before I get my spider mount, this will be my most wanted item.
I swear to God. And like, yeah, okay, viewers, Sam has been talking about the spider mount for quite a while now. I have concerns about
We
this.
aren't getting one of those. We're not ready for that.
Not ready yet.
Thing called animal handling for a reason, or whatever.
Yeah, that's an animal that you can't handle.
That animal will handle you in its jaws.
Yes.
I mean, you have to remember, goblins and kobolds have tamed bigger creatures than them.
Yes, but has Dago?
I mean, Dago can
No.
try.
Echo can try.
I mean, he hasn't, but you know, there's the
Dago
good
hasn't.
old
Otherwise,
college
he would have
try.
had the proficiency. But
Yes,
Dago can
Concerns.
he'll try.
Dago
Deep
try.
concerns.
With a bunt.
So yeah. Anyway, so as you guys are just sat there, Kaio, do you say anything to the group in this new morning? I think
I maybe should apologize for yesterday's actions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad that you're alive. That was a close one. We didn't really discuss this,
What was that
actually.
about anyway?
Yeah, why did you jump
mean-
in?
Did you find anything, or do you want me to have a look? I could have a look.
No, it's good. Maybe I should. Well, you see, my father contacted me a few days ago. Kind of
Wow.
been ruffling that one around my head.
Hey, I just sort of tentatively put a hand on Kaio's shoulder. It's like, it's okay. We'll protect you from him.
Oh no, that's not the problem. I mean, he's technically my god and my father. It's a very complicated relationship.
all of you roll me a world or power knowledge the second that he drops this truth bomb.
It's a fair.
Like,
it's a fair
yeah, I
god.
mean,
I'm actually not, considering I consider my mother a powerful entity. So it's pretty normal for me, and I don't know my dad. So I'm just going with it.
Okay. So, Dago, you've heard of people who have said that they're like children of gods before. Again,
Me?
you don't necessarily have to believe it. And the same thing.
I
with
should have
Munk
rolled a
and
power
Aoife.
knowledge, really, because I would have got an extra one on that.
You don't know
But no.
necessarily what he is, but yeah, he's just said like he's basically saying like his father is both a god and his god, yet also his father. So he praises his father as if he is a god because that to him he is one.
But he says a lot of else. He says a lot of things. Let's be honest here.
I think I like to
A
think
lot
that
of heresy.
Aoife at this point is like the cogs are sort of turning, but it's coming to the conclusion of like, oh, he's crazy. I get it now.
I see. Yes.
Yeah. God, Father God. Yeah.
The
Well, I mean, he's
Godfather, if you-
technically not my dad. I mean, he's more like my descendant, really. But like, yeah, Trident. Anyway, can't say his name. Must have got brain damage.
Yeah, I'm just like, Aoife's just sort of like, when like someone's having a really, when someone's talking to you and they're obviously out of their mind, but you're being polite and your eyes are just sort of widening, but you don't dare say anything. That's the look that Aoife has right now. Like, all right, I'll accept that.
Okay, alright, okay. Sure.
I know
sure.
that look. I see it often.
Oh, dude, you believe him? No, I never said that. Shut up.
Yeah, well, you don't have to, whatever that is, you don't have to face it alone. Like, we're here. If you just open up and tell us a bit, we could maybe help.
Okay, my friends. Anyway, what are we doing today?
All right, well, we've shut the closet door on that subject.
I mean, I guess you could always try and roll an insight to see exactly why he suddenly changed subjects at first.
Okay, I could certainly try. Yeah.
I mean, do we care though? That's the
I mean,
real
That's up to you.
Ethan might do. Everyone else might not. I mean,
I'm rolling an insight, you insensitive assholes.
Yo.
I don't care.
I
I mean,
if he doesn't
fair
talk about it,
enough.
that's not my
Please,
problem.
know.
So yeah, I mean, so Kaio, is there like, is it specifically that your character actually is sort of just pushing this down, or is it just more like that's not necessarily the only reason that he's moving on is because
It's just the end of the conversation.
Yeah,
There's
like,
not
it's
much
not-
more to talk about.
yeah, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's like, yeah, this happened to me anyway. So
Yeah.
there's this thing of like, okay, so he's not actually emotionally damaged by this. All right, so that's what you're getting from this ether. He's not actually emotionally damaged by this. It's not that he's pushing it down or repressing it. It's that there's nothing to really talk about.
That is like sort of even more concerning for Aoife a little bit, but in a different way. It's like, okay, my concerns, like, this isn't like buried trauma or anything. This is something even stranger. Like he's
This
just
is normal.
shrugging it off like it's nothing. It's like this.
My
Okay.
intelligence.
Dearest, he's not the only one. Like Tak is literally sat there going, like didn't even react when he said his dad was a god. He more reacted when he said that the god is his descendant, because like he was just like, how does that work?
I think did you mean to say okay
Ancestor is technically
yeah,
the correct
ancestor,
term,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I'm his
Tak is-
descendant. He's my ancestor. Yeah.
yeah,
But that's totally what Kaio said. He definitely said ascendant.
He's pretty dumb.
Can't English
Ascendant
language.
or like descendant. So yeah, so if anything, it's more like his lack of intelligence that has like said the wrong
Yes.
thing. There.
yeah, Tak is taking this all in his stride because like this is pretty normal for him, because he is the son of a powerful sea entity.
Yes.
So, and he doesn't know his father. So,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Man, a lot of deadbeat parents over here. So yeah, so as you guys are chatting along, and that's it. Yeah. So as Kaio said, what's next?
Yeah, Dago say Hunters Guild.
Yeah, sure, why not? That sounds more our speed.
I'm still curious about this well here, because I mean, if If Kyle wanted to throw himself into it, there must be something. I mean, did you find anything down there? Was there?
Nope.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's just a well.
Weren't you asking about where the well leads and stuff? Like,
To
we could
water,
investigate
I
that.
would imagine.
Oh yeah, there was a path down there, like somewhere.
Hmm.
But now I remember, my dad technically told me the problem was in another city and not here.
Oh. Which city?
I'm gonna roll intelligence.
I'm going to
Yes.
say with a bonus of history, you can also do that as well.
I kind of hope I have no history, if not minus. You're gonna love my history roll.
Oh, is it worse?
Oh, it's so great!
Oh,
Oh!
that's a lovely
Mwah.
-6.
Mwah.
-6.
-6! -6!
That is
-3 on
perfect.
history, -3 on intelligence.
Oh, that is perfect. Right, okay, so, Kaio, you... you can't quite remember. You're like, Stilton?
I think it started with a W. I'm not. It might have been a Q. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
I can see some water running out of his ears as well at this point.
As he's patting his head.
Huh, why is it
very
red?
Uh,
So
Increased
Kaio's
concern.
shutting down for a second there.
Rebooting.
As he just like starts rebooting. Monk, do you have anything to do or say to any of the rest of the crew since
Oh, we could go to the Hunters Guild. I do have an ally there.
Oh yes, the half orc, isn't it, with the lightning abilities? Yeah. It's nice to have friends. We should go there.
Well, that is if you want to go hunting. I don't know what we would be hunting.
Oh well, that's part of the adventure, isn't it?
As long as Dago no hunt dragons, Dago okay.
I mean, all of you know that dragons are very ridiculously overpowered, so you're just thinking, yeah, there's no possibility of that. Plus, you're pretty damn sure, most of you are pretty damn sure that
If there
dragons
was a
are.
dragon near the village or the town, we probably know about it.
Yeah.
Dago would already be there praising it and making sure to give it all its gold.
So that's it then. Yeah, you guys are gonna head off to the Hunters Guild.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very well. As you all take off, I'm gonna say if any of you guys actually had any health removed or damage taken or anything like that, you guys are absolutely fine as you're back up to your maximum health. Due to your rest last night, and also food.
Fantastic.
Never forget the food. Okay, right. So
Never forget.
never forget, but never forgive. So, as you journey on to the location previously disclosed as the elephant boar skull above the door, you walk in, and as you do so, you are greeted with a lot of clanking and clattering as a few people are sort of clinking their metal tankards and raising their mugs up to each other as they all just completely down it. Dago, this is a lot more lively than it was last time that you were here. There are more people now.
Oh, by the way, Joe, I should say quickly, my health has changed.
Oh, okay.
It's 17 now, and I have 16 vitality.
I will now change that. 16 health, yeah? Or is it 17 health, did you say?
17.
Yep, and then 16 vitality, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. You now officially have more health than your vitality.
Yay.
Yay, indeed. Right, anyway, yes, so as you walk in, all of you see this. Just basically humans and halflings drinking to their heart's content. Hearting it up. I want to point out, it's 10 a.m.
I just
Dago
have
sees no problem with this.
I just have a
Hunting at this
huge grin on
time.
his face. Tak just has a huge grin on his face.
As you walk in, all of them continue regardless of whether or not any of you have walked in. No one seems to pay you much attention.
I'm just going to go to the bar. If there is one.
There is a large keg that is being filled up by a dwarf, very huge beard. Again, his beard goes into a sort of like a mohawk that then connects to the back of his head that goes into his massive ginger beard. This guy has got sort of a blacksmith apron on, and he's also got quite a bit chunky armor over his sort of pauldrons and arms. A big blacksmith sort of gloves. As he's just pouring himself a massive tankard of what seems to be very frothy ale.
I'm just gonna walk up and be like, "Hi, what are we celebrating?"
Aye, lad, it's been a while. We just hauled ourselves a couple more of those boar elephants. Hey, ain't you that tiefling that came in a couple of days ago?
Yeah, we dealt with the goblins.
Huh, don't remember that. I just remember that you're the one of the only tieflings that ever come here that has that kind of skin colour. Blue, I've never seen that.
Oh, I've never seen hair like that, so.
Thank you, lad. I worked really hard on it.
It's impressive.
It is indeed. So, up for a drink then?
Yeah, I'll have one.
He pours you one as well, and you all continue to, basically, as everyone else is sort of continuing to do whatever they're doing, he just pours you a drink, and just literally just straight up gives it to you.
Yep, and I just start drinking, not like downing it, but I have a drink. I'm drinking.
Fair enough.
I was looking around, just enjoying the fact that there's a party going.
These lads have come back from a couple of different fights, but this is the first one we've had that no one else has taken too much of an injury. I don't make hunters like they used to.
So, what do you do to the animals? Do you get sell to like butchers or something? Do you eat them?
We hunt them down, and then afterwards, when we he then just points to the neck, when we kill him, drag him out back town, cut him up, use their skin for hide and leather, use their teeth and bones for certain mixtures. Apothecaries and stuff like that like to take that. We get an awesome deal from them. Their blood sometimes come in handy depending on what kind of creature it is. But all these boars, they make some awesome giant bacon. They can feed you for days.
I like the sound of that. I like the fact that you use everything. You saying that the apothecaries use some of the materials like the bones and stuff? Is there a guy like that in town?
Why do you ask, lad?
Curiosity. Yes, where I come from, the worst thing you can do after killing an animal is the waste part of it. You gotta use it all, otherwise you just waste it for life. So I'd like to learn what you do with stuff like that. I mean, I personally, when I was a boy, I hold up my necklace. I used to use it for the jewelry, meats, and things like that. But yeah, sometimes I use part of it in order to hunt other things. But I just like to know what you guys use it for.
As I said, mostly hide and leather, but the bones and the ivory, they do usually go to some other kind of thing. For instance, some of them grind them into dust to be able to use for medicine. Others, they use them for other things. As you would say, furnishing. Like, as he then points off at like some of the sconces, there's like goat horn candles. Use them for that decoration and that lot. You know.
Sounds pretty cool.
I can show you a couple of people who could show you a thing or two. Crafters. Usually they make all sorts of fancy furnishings, but some of them can use them into makeshift weaponry.
I was really curious about the apothecary type stuff. Really, it's something I don't really know. I mean, I've as you can I've made like jewelry out of bones and things like that, so I know about that sort of thing. I've never really known about using it for overly medicinal type stuff. That usually came from herbs and plants.
We have a
Just
couple
curious.
of alchemists in this here place, a couple of doctors. Maybe I can show you to them at some point. I do have to take some of the tusks back. So perhaps if you wait around, I'll show you to them.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. I'm just gonna take another sip and say my thanks and goodbyes to him, and then head back to the group.
Fair enough. Whilst this is going on, what have any of the rest of you guys sort of seen or been doing?
I'm looking to talk to someone who can get us some work.
I'd say roll charisma. Try and see if anyone will want to talk to you.
Probably not.
That's a 2. Can
That's
I
a 2.
try?
It's kind of like more people just ignore you. Yeah, sure, go for it. Yeah, Deco, roll charisma.
Come on, natural 20. That's an 8.
Again, people are ignoring you.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I think that I would like to find some work, but in particular, I would like to see if Monk's friend is there.
Roll perception or investigation.
Perception would be slightly better. So, come on, 10.
You see something like on the other side of the room in this crowded place. You see sort of a large, sort of like fluffy black, crazy hair on this very tall beast of a guy. But there are a lot of people in the way at the moment. You kind of see that. You're like, that kind of looks a little like him.
I think I'll go towards that. If not, I'll find someone with funky hair.
Since you didn't roll an investigation, I'm going to say you now have to roll a labor with disadvantage to barge through.
Oh,
everyone.
super McDuper. That's terrible. Here we go. Got one more. Wow!
Natural
Joe,
one.
can I help them with this?
I'm gonna say since Ether was just doing a perception rather than an investigation, and since they've sort of tried to go on their own, I'm gonna say Ether, you get caught up in between a load of people, so you're just now like, you've now just been taken by the crowd.
Oh, I'm in part of it now. I'm inside.
Kaio, I'm gonna say roll a perception just real quick to see if you
Oh
notice.
boy,
To see if you notice.
it's another minus stat.
A 7. You don't notice Ether gone. You just look around like, oh, okay, well, all right then. As more of the members of the party seem to just be disappearing.
Going to attempt to use instinctive will.
Yay!
Wait.
Save me, Monk.
Instinctive will. So that was a 19 and an 11.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Wait. Isn't it? Wait, is your +2? That's the thingy, isn't it? Or is
Perception.
Is it 10 on both though? Isn't it? Because
Yeah.
because its requirement is 8.
Yeah, it is.
Aha. So yeah, it does work. Yeah, within a 10-meter radius, he basically like sensing himself. You
Do I
notice...
recognise anyone?
You do. I mean, obviously, you notice that, about 4 meters off, in a crowd of people, Ether is just currently being absorbed into a crowd. But yes, about on the other side of the room, you can sense a very familiar presence. A big, boisterous, strong creature. You can even hear his chomping down on his meat and guzzling all of the ale, and his overly loud grunts. You know who this is.
I shall make my way over there.
Very well. You can roll whatever you need to get through this. Labor, I guess if you want, you can try and roll finesse or acrobatics.
Can I roll acrobatics and look ridiculous?
Can do the Crocodile Dundee, just stepping on all their heads
Yeah,
as they go across.
I was thinking that you just jump on all of their shoulders.
Yep. A crowd. Walking.
How heavy is Monk? That's a question.
He's not that heavy.
380 pounds. Yeah, okay, yeah. No, you dart across all of them, in between them, on top of them, however you want to go about them. Also, that you get to choose that.
Yeah, just shifting between their shoulders and maybe bouncing off of the bar and the stool.
Eventually, when you get to him, he's just sort of halfway through a giant chunk of flesh. He's just eating as he just tears into it. Well, that was cool.
Thank you. Here's a door.
You made it. Monk, right?
Yes, it is.
Well, sit down. Have some meat.
Is it free?
It's free if you're here, my friend. Come on, take a seat. I'm not going to charge you for it. I'm no tavern owner.
Well, thank you, I suppose, but while we're eating, I need to find out where my gang and I can get some work.
You've come to the right place. He then just punches you in the shoulder very lightly, but it almost shifts all of your body. However, if you really wanted to get something, couldn't you have just gone to that adventurers guild?
Well, yes, but we don't have any friends there.
Well, that's rather nice of you to say. Roll me charisma.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Good enough.
Good enough. Good enough. An 11. I'll allow it. Well, not many of the others know yet, but there are a couple. I mean, then leads in. There's something that we've been planning to do, but we don't know if any of the others would come with us. We do have a couple of trainees who are ready. I mean, I don't know if any of your crew is ready for it. It's a little tougher, but it would be coming with us.
What is it then?
He then just sort of swallows an entire what you think is just what it looks like is just an entire fistful of just what seems to just be muscle that has just been cooked, and then he just shovels it into his face. Well, this elephant ball was a big deal, but somewhere near, between here and Stiltonheim, there's supposedly a nest of creatures that have been terrorizing a few of the villages and so on and so forth. Now, apparently, they don't come out at day, but they do at night. Nocturnal creatures. I reckon that we could try and find out if there's a nest and kill them. People go missing there, but apparently the people at the museum, they had to stop. They were told to do so. When they did, they went past that path and they were not bothered by anything through the day. They apparently heard the next evening some scuttling and creatures being torn apart. but since they were out of a certain range, it is led to believe that they weren't attacked or killed. Too far from the nest. There's two things that this could be, but either way, neither of them are pretty.
Well, that sounds like some guaranteed carnage.
Absolutely.
Can I still see any of my friends around the over the crowd?
I'm going to say roll perception.
I would like to point out by this point, Tak has really gotten into the party and he's done probably on his third drink by now and dancing around.
Roll metabolism tag.
Hey, any excuse for a party? And have fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Monk, you notice Tack, depending on how good the roll is, will do it.
Oh yeah, I am.
He
On
is
it. I am.
gone. He is just like, you can tell that he is definitively drunk. Like, he's just out of it. It's like,
So I'm,
whoa!
like, standing up and waving at him, and then I realise the kind of
I
state
wave
he's
back.
in. I just calm down a bit and look around for the others.
You also, since you got an 18, you also see Kaio just stood in the background looking and just realizing less and less people are from the party are around him. You can't see Dago. You think that you see a small afro somewhere, but then it just disappears. So you roughly know where Ether is, but they're still too far away and getting shoulder barged and body smashed.
My feet are not touching the ground. Like,
Mm.
it's just, I'm getting just slammed by everyone's like, help me!
It's like a sideways mosh pit.
I shall wave over Kaio.
Kaio, you do see Monk on the other
Oh, I
side
don't
of
have
the
to
room.
roll. I don't have to roll a perception to see that.
Considering that you're the tallest one, that actually, other than Tack, you're the tallest one in the group.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do see them. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you say,
Oh, yeah.
didn't you say that you're like 5'11" or 6 foot something?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll head over then.
As you go up to thingy, you just see like this half orc of, again, really big dude, bulky as hell, and he's just sort of just like shonking into me, just chomping, and you can audibly hear his tusks squelching through the flesh of whatever creature he's biting into.
Hello.
There's that a paladin I see? As he gets up, and again, like, this dude is huge as he just stands up. And he's just like, it looks like he's square-shouldered. It looks like as if he's about to, like, full-on hit you. As he towers over you, just goes, grabs you by both of the sides of your arms and just, like, holds you in. He goes, "Welcome, shield brother." As he's noticed that you have
Can I just give him a hug back? as he's
Yes,
doing
yeah,
that?
absolutely. As he sees that you have both a mace and a shield, and he's like, "Welcome, shield brother. It has been a long time since I've seen someone of the manliest strength. A mace and a shield. It is good to see you. So, is this one of your many crewmates?"
Yes, it is, and as a matter of fact, he is one of the ones looking for some work.
Ah.
I am indeed.
Well, what's your name, stranger?
Kaio, sir. Nice to meet you. As I put out a hand.
He, like,
Good.
slightly wipes his hand on his leather armor, and just boom, as his big-ass hand just wraps around yours. He goes, "Gringar, nice to meet you, Kaio." As they, like, shakes.
Pleasure to meet you too, Grimgar.
I want to point out, though, he doesn't grab you by the hand. He grabs you, like, halfway up the arm, so that you can
Yeah.
also grab him halfway up the arm, and it just shakes slightly. As he just goes, "Well, come, take a seat. If you'd like some food, come. We have much meat and many booze to drink."
I shall take a seat.
So, you're looking for some work, and we might have some. We are looking to get some people to go out off near Stiltonheim. There's a certain cave, or even specific area, that we roughly believe might be a nest of something. Again, there's only 2 creatures it could be. They're nocturnal, and they're pretty damn stealthy. There could be multiple of them, or there could be only a few. So there's one of 2 things. Now, they could just be rabbit-jackal creatures. We've seen a few things like them before, so who knows. On the other hand, it also could be scuttlers or arachnax. I doubt that they'd be arachnax due to the fact that they're not often nocturnal. They don't really care as long as you don't come into their place. They usually try and set up traps, so it couldn't be arachnax. Scuttlers, on the other hand, you don't want to see any of them outside of anything. If you see one, there's more than often quite a lot of them. They stay in packs. More like nests or infestation. Poisonous little bastards as well.
I see. Sounds like quite the problem.
Absolutely. However, their fangs and their saliva come in handy, and their larvae are also pretty useful. You can train scuttlers. They can be quite interestingly useful guard dogs. They eat almost anything. They're carnivorous. They don't touch fruit. Given to some farmers, and they're dangerously annoying. They'll kill everything. But if you find any of those, what do you call them? The guys who only grow plants, not animal breeders. Those guys. Either way, the vegetable people. Now, you can obviously see that his gears are turning when he's trying to think of a word for them, but he doesn't know it.
Oh, yes, the vegetable people.
I roll intelligence to see if I can help.
Yeah, roll intelligence.
Now, are these the people
Oh, the Cabbage Patch
made of
Kids.
vegetables,
Yeah.
or the people that make the vegetables?
Oh,
These-
wow.
These are the people who make the vegetables. And let's see. Oh, wow, Kyle getting a 16. Agriculturalists.
Oh, I believe they're called agriculturalists. Oh, sorry, my brain damage is still playing up.
That's the name for them, I guess. Yes, if you give them to them, they often use scuttlers that are tamed. And they'll kill any foxes or, slugs. They'll kill anything of any size that are eating on plants. They literally will not touch plant life. They don't like it. However, they do often make their nests inside or around barren little things like, underground or inside caves.
I see. So, is this what we were most likely going to be hunting then?
That's if it's possible. There might be a few other things, but as I said, there's only 2 possibilities. Something that is of some kind of, insectoid or arachnid style creature that has nests, or something else that is more sneaky. Again, it has to be in some kind of a pack. If it's scuttlers, it's gonna be a big one. But if it's anything more predatorial, nocturnally predatorial, rather than just monstrous, mindless bugs that eat things, then we also could be looking at something a little more dangerous. This is something that we might need all of your help with, but at the same time, I reckon we could do it without you. However, I will say this. We'll split the entire profit 50-50. Since there's about, 5 of you, and there's usually about 3 or 4 of us who usually go out, I'd say that would work out.
That sounds fine to me.
Very well.
When and where will we be hunting?
He looks off, and he just starts counting on his fingers. As you both sort of look at his hands, he's got one of his fingers missing. So you got like the little finger, all those things. It's the one next to the middle finger. It's in between the little finger and the middle finger. He's just got that missing halfway up, like the ring finger. On his right hand, as he just goes, And he looks at that hand and goes, and then he goes over to the other fingers on his hand and then starts counting them. I think he said about 12 hours ago, yesterday at around about midnight. So, we'll be heading off in a couple of hours. On the other hand, if you want to wait, we did say to some other little creature he was interested in bringing some of his buddies here. They looked a similar lot like your kobold friend, the one that you were talking with at the bar the other day. He said that he was going to bring some people around here for a job that we had for him in about a day and a half now. We said 2 days yesterday.
Well, I think we should be ready in a couple of hours.
Yes, yes, we should.
Very well. Then it's settled. I will speak to Jothary when he gets back, but until then, why don't you all just go and speak to each other. Talk it out. We'll be hanging around here for a while. I still haven't got my fill. He continues to eat and drink. If either of the two of you do so, you are also welcome to
I've
do so.
basically just had breakfast anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Fair
I'm gonna
enough.
try and find our lost friend who was crowd surfing.
Like,
Again.
not so much crowd surfing, but being crowd crushed.
Yeah.
Right now, help.
Tak is trying to get drinking songs and like songs going. He's starting to sing.
He's a jolly good drinker. Ether, eventually you're let out of the crowd and you're actually brought back to exactly where you started.
Like my hair is just like just left to one side, and I'm just seemed like visibly sort of like close off me, and it's like I hate parties.
So, what exactly are the rest of you thinking of doing?
I'm not thinking.
As I said, what
Well-
are the rest of you thinking of doing?
I think like with Monk, I'm just like I'm going to like if I see like if they've if he's found his friend and gotten us work. Since my investigation came up with me getting jostled.
Dago, you've been trying to speak to people and no one has been listening to you. You eventually notice that the tall, frizzy-haired one has come back.
Ah, pointy ear one.
Ah, there you go. Thank God.
S.
The party over, I was taken by the rhythm.
Ah, is this music monster they keep talking about?
Ugh. Something like that. I barely escaped. Anyway, I'm looking for Monk and the rest.
Okay. Attempt to jump on Ether's head so you can get a better vantage
Yeah, you
point.
can go. Yeah, I'll let you do that.
Fair enough. I guess roll. Yeah, roll for that. I guess yeah. Roll. Perception.
Dexterity acrobatics.
I was gonna say like since it's obvious. That
I'll just
you have to
plop
climb
you
up.
on. I'll just plop you on my head. And when you just
like a-
indicate for
Just like a wee
upbeat.
baby.
Yeah,
Just like
you
a wee Dago
indicate for
baby, just
upbeat
like
and I
hands
let
up.
you. Yes. That's adorable.
Say,
Ah,
Denny's got advantage considering I'm higher.
you just like, well,
Roll for perception.
Dead.
Natural 1. As you
No
sort of-
natural one. It's a natural 2.
Oh,
It's a
sorry,
dirty
it's a
one.
natural 2 with a -1. Everyone.
Yeah.
Just
Makes a
as,
difference.
let's be honest.
you just get stuck
just
in my
as bad.
hair. You just get
Uh,
stuck in my hair. It's too.
Yeah, like
it's too
the
frizzy
frizzy
and
hair
gross.
is too much. You cannot see through the frizzy hair.
Nah.
Ow!
Monk.
Don't pull.
Monk and Kaio, do you just like get up and just leave to speak to the rest of the group then?
Yeah, we need to regroup.
Very well, then in that case, the both of you do regroup as you guys are sort of leaving off. Basically, just Grimgar goes, "Move out the way. We've got new recruits coming in." As the rest of them go, "Woo-woo!" as they start whistling and like catcalling at you. "Hey, can't wait to see the meat that you bring in." Like really weird, sort of almost like as if they're lusty more for what you bring to them rather than what you are to them. As eventually they like let you through, you see an almost unconscious Tack, just sort of like leaned up against one of the beams, inside of this building.
Oh, come on, my friend, we need to talk. And I just grab him and I just start dragging him with.
Yeah, I guess just
I'm
roll
listening.
straight. Actually, how much do you weigh, real quick, Tack?
Not a lot. I'm 210 pounds.
What's your like carry weight capability?
I have 18 strength, and that's mixed with your con, right?
Yeah, mixed with your con, yeah.
I got +3 in body weight, so it's not a lot. Body weight's 20.
Yeah, I think it's 290.
Oh yeah. That plus your gear is still fine. Yeah. You just drag him because you're not, as you said, you're dragging and not lifting him anyway. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not resisting.
So you'll be good
If
for hunting in a couple
if anything,
of hours.
when he turned up, I was sort of like, yeah, arm out. And so he saw
Uh-huh.
more carrying me, like, because my arms around him, like
Oh
you
no,
would.
I'm dragging you across the floor.
No, you're not.
Anyway, so as you guys get out to the front of the place, I'm gonna say just because that it's pretty damn loud, you will head outside for a bit. As you are now all together.
Hmm. So, do we have a job? I say with
Indeed.
Dago in my hair.
We're going
Ah.
hunting in a couple of hours.
Oh, best kill time until then, I suppose.
Back to the party.
Dago jumps out of Ether's hair and begins to make
Ah!
soil castles.
Do any of you have anything to say about this mission? Are you going to tell them anything about it, either of the two of you, or are you just like, we have a mission?
They seem fine.
I mean, do I have to bring anything, or what do we got to do? What are we hunting?
We're
I'm asking
hunting
Monk more than anything.
some strange cave dwellers.
The goblins. Oh, the goblins we had.
No,
was
I think they're a bit
more in the cave.
tougher
You
than the
cave
goblins.
thing.
Like scuttlers or something. We don't know actually what they are, but there are a couple of possibilities.
Everyone roll, other than Tack, roll world knowledge. Actually, no. Everyone, including Tack and Kaio, everyone other than Tack and Kaio, roll world knowledge.
Another one, baby.
Oh,
16.
damn. Oh, yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm going to say from now on, the landlubbers is what I'll call ye guys that aren't from the ocean. And then the sea dwellers are when I just talk about you two. And then of everyone is just everyone. Monk, you've not really heard of them. The best that you know about is what you've been told. Ether, scuttlers are horrific six-legged creatures that can be up to the size of, basically, the best way to say it is they can grow up to the size of about 2 meters big. They can take up like almost an entire 2 meter space. However, they're on 6 legs, long snouts covered in like these horrible spiny teeth. They literally shred anything that they bite into, and they have horrible poisonous fangs and poisonous saliva. They inject their larvae into the corpses of whatever so that they can basically fester and then burst out from whatever is left, as the larvae basically they're covered in these juices that like sort of soak up muscle tissue. They cannot, however, they cannot affect skin, so they literally have to be injected into the flesh of a living creature, and they eventually, like, I guess you could say, not crystallize. What's it? They basically metamorphose. Like, they have a metamorphosis where they just turn into a cocoon after they've eaten enough flesh, and then they burst out, and they're about the size of a hand when they're babies, and they can grow up to the size of like 2 meters. They're horrible creatures.
We used to throw rocks at them when I was a child.
No. You used to burn them.
Yeah, we used to
That
burn
would
them.
piss them
Flaming
off.
rocks.
Burn them.
We used
Flaming.
to throw flaming explosive rocks at them. We called them go-away grenades.
Go away, nades.
Go-away nades. However, the rest of you have no idea what they are.
Yeah, I do this information in the form of an anecdote of we're throwing go away nades at them because they're awful. Don't want them anywhere near our village.
Fair enough. And Monk, you just relay, it's either these or something else that is nocturnal and carnivorous. Or
Yes.
murderous, one of the two.
Something that likes to eat people. Or just kill them for fun.
What about eating people? See Dago's ears pop up as he's making another soil castle. He's finishing it off with his shovel.
Diego is just the kid of the party we've adopted now.
Pretty much. So what do you guys want to do then? Once you have like
Well, we have a
basically
couple
just...
hours.
Well, I'm getting supplies. I'm not going to get. I am not going to take any chances with these creatures. I'm going to get some bombs. I'm going to get some. I'm going to get some. Anti venom.
I
Everything.
mean,
should not
speaking
be
of which,
allowed
we
to get
don't.
anywhere
We should
near
really get a
bombs.
more thorough supply of something to heal us because
Yeah, that's a good
we're all
idea.
out.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, we need supplies to stop us from dying, basically.
Alchemist. I want to go see the alchemist.
You might need to sleep it off on a bench or something, buddy.
See the alchemist for the little spider things. I'm using like my arms to act like a big spider and pretending to have fangs with my two of my hands.
You know what's funny? I actually didn't bring this up last week, but I completely forget. I keep forgetting that you actually do have 4 arms.
Yes, I do. Stuff that there.
Blue skin and 4 arms.
I love that that's the thing, the blue skin is the thing they notice odd first. It's like, oh yeah, we get guys with like 4 arms, coming to the village all the time.
It's usually because the other 2 arms are usually holding the surfboard on my back.
Ah!
I always forget about that as well, that you actually have a surfboard and it's always with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, we can just drag you on the surfboard, like just boogie boarding your way across the town.
Okay. Well, either way, so who wants to go where? Do you guys just all want to go to the shop? The general store, or do you want to go to... Where do you want to go to? What are you trying to get? You said healing potions or healing items.
We have our friend, the guy we just helped yesterday. Doesn't he have a bunch of stuff?
He does indeed have a bunch of stuff. He is a general store man at Genuine Business General Store.
Would he have potions?
I mean... when
If
you
not,
go,
there's an
find out.
alchemist.
There is an alchemist, yes.
Yeah.
According to the drunk guy.
Yeah, I don't think that,
You
I'm
have been
not
to the
trusting-
doctors, though, so you also know that
Yeah.
there's doctors. Although, would they sell... would they actually sell things there? That's the question. Pardon me.
I'm gonna, is it possible to roll intelligence as like the best place to go for all our needs? Like, game plan, strategy?
Oh, don't
I'm
worry,
roll.
I've got this.
Okay, I guess roll
roll.
intelligence and we'll find out, won't we?
Oi.
Wow.
9.
Oh dear. That's a 9. Again, if anyone doesn't see this, this is a 9, Ether.
Don't worry, I've got this.
Brilliant.
You have no
I'd say
idea.
let's just go ahead and
Just
find the
go wherever.
apothecaries.
Just go wherever.
Yeah, all right. Let's just go to Belfort like we did before.
Okay.
That like he sells stuff.
He
Yes,
sells stuff,
indeed.
so therefore stuff must exist in his stuff store.
Stuff equals we succeed. Let's go.
So, as you head off there and you get there, Belthor, of course, allows you in with open arms, as he said. As you come in through the door, and he goes, my friends, or at least my acquaintances, of which I am very grateful for. What can I do for you on this tremendously beautiful day?
Alchemist.
Ignore him. He's partying.
Hmm.
Well, we do need supplies though for what we're going. So for this new adventure we're going on with the Hunters Guild.
Oh, the Hunters Guild. Watch out for that, Jothary. He's a bit of a nasty elf, in all honesty. He gives us elves a bad name, if you know what I mean. Anyway.
We're not hunting elves, we're hunting spiders. Alright. Whatever they
Okay. Well, since he is clearly very intoxicated, why don't the rest of you tell me exactly what you need?
Well, we do
Hunting
need
supplies.
yeah,
Hunting
and
supplies,
potions.
Alchemist.
Should probably think of the future. We might need I don't know, camping supplies if we're gonna go out.
I could do with a knife for crafting.
I could
Well, of
also do
course.
with a knife.
Well, in that case, yes, I do have a few bits and pieces. Knives and such. I do have some captain supplies. And of course, I do have a few bits and pieces for, if you said spiders, they have awful venom. I do have a few bits and pieces, a few potions and oils, concoctions and that lot that I do acquire over the years. And since you have all helped me, I'll give you an extra special discount. And of course, there is nothing in this store that I will not show you to. So if you do need anything, please, all you have to do is ask.
Where is the alchemist?
Well, he is not in this particular location, but if you're looking for him, I perhaps can show you when you are a little less inebriated.
That works. And I'm just gonna fall over. I'm just gonna fall over. I'm gonna sleep.
He's cute when he's sleeping.
That is less so. So, what can I help you for?
Well, let's show us your potions, potion seller.
My potions are a little too strong for you, but how about I show you something much better? He just leans over and he just goes over to like this little selection. Nope. Almost like as if he's going through a filing cabinet, but it's like small little bottles. Nope. Ah, there we go. If you want any healing potions, he then like procures 3 that are in between all of his fingers in his left hand and puts them onto the table. These will snap you right up, made with the beautiful phoenix flowers. They'll heal you, restore you, and even hell, give a good kick to the old system. These things will get you energized in no time. However, if you want something a little bit more potent, I've got something just for you. He then like brings out another bottle. This one is a little smaller. As he puts it on the table very gently. Actual tears of a phoenix. Now this shit was hard to get. Restore anyone of a certain amount of capabilities. For instance, there's so-called belief that this thing can bring a person back from the brink of death. Can't bring the dead back to life, but it can bring someone back from the point just before dying. This'll heal almost any injury, any ailment, and of course, the most beautiful thing of all, it will heal that person up nice and good.
Use it on tack now.
beautiful. That's incredible. Oh, how much though?
Well, you see, they don't call it extremely rare for nothing. This is the tier of a phoenix, and I'm afraid it is gonna be very costly. Now, normally I wouldn't part for something like this for anything less than 250, but I'll drive it back down to 2 gold.
You know, I look in the direction of Kaio, remembering the other day. I'm like, very well, you know, and I hand over the 2 gold for the Phoenix tears.
Then, very well done. You have won yourself a nice little vial of 1 phoenix tear. Good luck. As for the other potions, I can disregard them for about a silver each.
I guess we need something for poison.
Absolutely. I do have a few things. We've got Arachnech antivenom, Snake antivenom, Basilisk antivenom, Arknech antivenom. These little bastards are tricky. Oh, we also have Dragon antivenom, which is very rare, but also don't drink that unless if you've actually been poisoned by a dragon, otherwise as he like puts his hand over his neck like as if he's slicing his neck. Because, yeah, that's not good. Any of these things, if you try and drink them before you're actually poisoned by the specific creature, you will be very ill. The stronger the specific antivenom, the stronger the specific effect, and I'm afraid it could actually kill you once you get to a certain level. However, if you are looking for Arachnech antivenom, I have at least 2 bottles here. I could give that to you.
I'll take some, I suppose, but what about scuttlers?
He leans over. Scuttler poison, huh? Yeah, I heard that their poison ain't too pretty. I do have something a little better, but it ain't gonna be nice. He then picks up this jar, like this mason jar that's sealed at the top. It just hits onto the counter. And it's just full of this really awful green gunge. Thick and viscous. Like as if it's green milk.
Ugh. Sorry, I just got some Star Wars flashbacks there.
Now, this ain't pretty stuff. This ain't even anti-venom. But I do recommend you get it. He then, like, opens the jar. And I want all of you... So, since Kaio, Dago... In fact, you know what? In fact, everyone, including Tang, every single one of you, roll me a metabolism or a survival.
Oh, good. Thank God for survival.
Oh yeah, thank God I've got nothing.
Oh, no!
You probably should have gone for metabolism there, I'm not going to lie, Ether. That would have made
Does it make a difference which one I go for? I have this exactly the same roll with both.
Yes, it does make a difference.
Okay, I will go with was it survival or metabolism? I will go
so-
with survival.
Alright,
Are
okay.
you survivalist?
No, it has to actually be survival, because survivalist is a skill, survival is a
3.
stat. Okay, so Monk, what did you go for?
I went for survival.
Okay, and Kaio?
Well,
Okay. Every single one of you went for survival. Alright. Dago. Ether. You both faint. You are now unconscious from the horrific smell. As you do so, I'm going to roll a D100.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't in the room. I was outside making a soil castle.
I mean, you never explained whether or not you came... Also, you did actually...
No,
an-
that's why. That's
You did
He-
actually...
I-
You also did answer me when he spoke to you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So...
mostly because
So
you
it's
just
not my
said
fault that
name.
you weren't paying attention. So, as both
Yeah,
of you
he teleported.
as both of you take 3 points of damage as you hit your heads
Do we
against
roll?
the table.
Way to roll, considering that beats my vitality by 1.
You know what? Yeah, fortitude.
3.
Oh boy.
he's just dead.
I mean, this could kill me. I could die because
Good thing we bought this.
the narrator forgot where I
Okay, we
was.
got these
We are
fucking
not using
Phoenix
that.
teas.
Yep, that's me dead. Or at least dying.
Roll.
You're not dead,
Minus 2
Roll con.
6 health.
3.
You are
You
now.
should buy this.
You are now in fatal moments as
Oh
your head
my
as your
God.
head cracks open and you start bleeding out.
Deal with this.
How
I'll
have you not-
get to you guys in a sec. So for survival of tack, this is actually funny. This wakes you up because
No!
it's so grim. It's like smelling salts. It's a
Stay
shock
away
to
from
the
me!
system. However, the other two, you got a 10 and an above. Both of you are like, oh, that is proper rank. That's the at worst. Maybe if you got like only just above a 10, then I would have said you almost gagged. But Monk, you're like, that is awful. Get that out of my nostrils. Kyle, you're like, that is disgusting. At worst, you're just saying that, but you don't really know how bad it really smells, considering you might have smelt worse.
That looks like it does more harm than good.
Well,
Maybe the
trust
end of
me when I
Dago.
say this. Trust me when I say this. This stuff is proper useful. You slather this on your body, and these creatures won't even taste you any longer than a single lick. They won't want to put their eggs in you neither, which is very useful because those awful, disgusting. All right, hang on a sec. As he just seals up the jar.
I
You know,
just
it's kind of like
run out of the door and just take a breath of the outside air before I come back in.
As you do that, you actually then notice that Kaio, like, you're fine. You're like, that is just. Oh
Well, I
dear.
smelt worse.
As you just realise that poor Dago is like fallen backwards and his head is just like bleeding on the floor, all over the floor.
Smells like a whale exploded in here. What the fuck is that?
As Dago's bleeding very profusely out of his
This
head.
is bad.
Is this
As-
going to be the way of the Phantom Thief I made?
Oh my gosh, it might very well be. So as he's bleeding, like he just goes, "Oh, that is unfortunate. Thanks for opening the door." As he like shouts over to Monk, as he just like basically just gets one of these little potions and he just sort of like uncorks it. He goes, "Now hold on there," as he just like pours it into Dago's mouth. I'm gonna just roll for something.
Dago, don't
He
roll.
choked to death on it.
Do not roll. Sam, I swear to God, you do this every time. It's like I see you
You
typing.
killed
I see you
Okay.
typing.
Characters.
Okay, it does actually heal your head wound. I was gonna say if this doesn't
Ugh.
break your vitality, in other words, if this healing thing doesn't surpass your vitality, it won't heal you. Yeah.
Doing my vitality is 2.
I mean, it would have had to have gotten like 2 natural ones. Is what I'm saying, that it would have had to have got. Anyway, so you are back to, instead of -2. Well, instead of 9, you're down to 4 damage in total. So yeah, you're at 3 health, 3 positive health, and your head is no longer burst open, basically. As he goes,
What happened, Dago?
as he sort of just like props you up. He actually picks you up and props you up on the counter. He goes, well, that was very unfortunate. I am very sorry. He then just turns to Kaio. Of course, this is on the house, and then he just looks over at Ether. I should probably do something about that. As he like basically gets some like a little bottle and makes Ether sniff it. Eventually, Ether just wakes up.
Horrible smell. What?
I mean, there are worse things under the ocean, to be honest. But yeah, I have to agree. it's
Not
pretty
many.
bad.
And I can vouch for this. There ain't many things
I
worse.
never want to go to the ocean if that's the case.
I mean, it depends on what kind of abyssal creatures you got down there. But, yeah, this stuff, if they bite you, they ain't gonna touch you for a while. I mean, seriously, they get this taste in their mouth, they're gonna be almost gagging. However, the problem is...
As great as that is, I think we might want to pass, as it did almost kill one of our dear party members.
Wait a minute. This is absolutely
I mean-
disgusting.
What happened? What happened? Why was
Oh well, why
Dago-
don't I open the jar again and we show?
No.
No.
I'm
No,
joking.
no,
I'm joking.
Why was
Falls
who
back and
nearly
kills
died?
Well, your little lizard friend here, as he just sort of looks at both of your eyes and sort of opens your eyelids a bit, just seeing if your eyes are okay. Your little lizard friend here seems to be on the mend, but he did nearly fall over after he smelt the contents of the disgusting goop jar. Let's just say you don't want to know what things come from where and where that thing comes from this.
Hey, hang on. Are we traveling with a guy who can die from falling over?
I mean,
Well-
did you not know the kobolds were pretty damn, well, vulnerable?
He's the first one I've ever seen.
Well, in that case, there you go then. He then goes back behind his counter. So I take it as a no for the goop juice.
Ugh.
Well, that's not actually what we call it. What we actually call it is goop sauce.
Ugh, hard pass.
Let's just say you don't want to know where I got this from.
Indeed. Anyway, I was going to ask actually. None of us really have any ways of carrying things except our pockets. Do you happen to have any backpacks or anything we could use to help us, well, make carrying stuff easier?
Absolutely, I do. Yes. Backpacks, bags, all sorts of things. Although, if you're looking for anything further, I might have something around here. What are you looking for?
Well, I mean, unless anyone else has got any ideas, I was just looking for a simple backpack.
Yeah, if you got I mean, this bandoleer's really cool. But if you got a satchel type thing,
If you have any materials, I could craft something up.
He then goes through his chunk. I got a few bags for you to hold some stuff in. I guess they can hold some things. Bags of holding.
Holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of that magic crap here. Well, I say that. Quite rare around these parts, but these are backpacks. Packs of bags and bags that pack. I'll give you about 50 copper each.
Sure.
That sounds good.
I'll take one.
I would
Bag.
definitely recommend that you only take 4, considering the little one ain't gonna really be able to hold much.
Don't worry, I'll hold.
Actually, here's a question, Joe. Are they big enough that we can put Dago in them?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, good. Right, we've got away from
However,
Dago stopping
if you
getting
put
himself.
Dago in it, nothing else will fit in. But yes,
That's
you
fine.
can put Dago in.
Someone's
It's
gonna
a
have to sacrifice for
handbag
that.
kobold.
I mean, Dago's just.
I
Dago's
could
kind of
just-
rubbing his head, and all he's hearing is Dago's gonna be putting in something, and he doesn't know why. Or
I
what.
can just carry him the way I always do, just on
Yeah, that's
I
probably
mean,
the
that's
best
true.
way.
my shoulders.
Okay,
In case
so
you're not there.
who's paying for that, by the way?
Oh,
I will take
well,
a
I
bag.
did ask. So
Okay, so I take it that you're going to pay for the four bags using.
yeah, I'll pay for all of them. Yeah.
Okay. So that takes about 2 silver from you. So that means
Okay.
instead of 4 gold and 98 silver, you now have 96 silver.
6. Yes.
Yeah.
And do you have any of those water containers or anything that I can hold water in?
Of course I do. Give me a second. He then just takes another 2 of those bottles with the little seal tops. There you go. You can hold pretty much anything, so long as it's liquid.
Oh, how much do these cost?
Well, since you didn't want to take my little advice yesterday, I'd say about 50 copper each.
I do the same. I guess I'm down 1 silver.
Yep, 1 silver.
Yep.
Now, as for the creatures, the anti-venom, I don't really necessarily know if I have any left. Give me a second. This is sorting through some stuff. Ooh. Yeah, no, they don't want that. That's not anything. This is just sorting through some stuff's just being thrown around the room. It then pops up. Do any of you need By any chance, do any of you need any, what do they call them? Knives. You said you wanted knives,
Oh,
right?
yes. Yes, I do.
Yes.
Then just procures 2 little knives, but they look identical to each other.
Hmm.
Roll me, I guess, weapon knowledge, which is under wisdom or intelligence.
Okay, that
I
would
think.
be a +1, I guess. So,
Intelligence, I think.
oh, well, I don't have much
The only
intelligence.
weapons I use are my fists. Until today.
Yeah, so Monk, yeah, like, as you have a look at them, these are not normal. These are not ordinary knives. They're, like, really beautiful and well made. They're, like, single blade, and the handles are specially made out of, like, some kind of wood. But yeah, they're like really beautiful looking, but they're exactly identical. Like, they're symmetrical to each other.
All I'm just thinking is pretty knives.
Hmm. But yeah, Monk, you can definitely tell that these are high grade.
They good for crafting then?
Well, yes. I mean, these things can cut through quite a lot. They can cut through simple hards as well. But yeah, wood, whittling, and so on and so forth. That could help you. These
Oh.
can cut through a decent hide, as I said, and they can obviously rip and tear through bone matter, flesh, etc., etc.
Hmm.
These are 2 of a kind. They were my grandfather's. I can
Oh
give
my
the 2
goodness.
of you these knives, but of course that will cost you something.
Much.
I could not part from these for any less than 5 silver each.
Done.
Well, that sounds fine to me.
As he turns them over blade forwards and he gives them both to you handle first.
Oh, good. Yeah, these are. Yeah, so that's it. I'll give them 10 silver. These are incredible craftsmanship.
Fair enough. As you now both have some special knives, which I'll tell you what they are made out of in a second. Yeah, is there anything left that you guys need?
I guess I will ask. Would he happen to have any maces available, or any kind of weapons?
Now, it's funny that you bring that up. I do often sell some weaponry, but not often do I have a lot of decent weaponry. However, since I am no longer inclined to lie to you, and you guys actually did help me, I'll recommend you to somewhere. Not far from here,
Oh.
there's a blacksmith. He does most of the things for the gods, and he does do fairly decent work. Normally, I would recommend you to the old dwarf, but to be fair, he's got nothing on this guy. If you want to go and have a look at him, I believe he's an orcish man by the name of... Oh, what is his name? Drew. Oh, yeah. Jugaya. If you speak to him, say you're an enemy of Belthor.
Okay.
He'll get you sorted. Orcish craftsmanship is pretty damn strong, but specifically this guy is pretty damn good. Yeah, if you speak to Jorgaya, he'll set you up with something nice, something pretty decent. However, if you're looking for fancy stuff, more magic stuff, I would definitely speak to Yilm Gim.
Okay, well, thank you for the information.
You're of course welcome.
Can I do
I
a
guess I
little?
will go and try and find this Jorgaya.
Okay.
Can I do a little
anyone need a-
browse around the shop as well for investigation? See if
Yeah,
there's.
roll
I do.
investigation.
I do like to have a browse. You
Fair
know, if
enough.
there's anything.
Dago, what do you want to do?
Can I do the same now? Because I'm thinking there might be something magical they can use to tame animals with.
Okay, fair enough. Roll investigation. Tack and Munk, what about you two?
I am just remembering that I actually wanted to go see an alchemist before I got drunk. I don't actually remember talking about having a job, so I'm going to just ask about where the alchemist that I've heard of is and
Okay.
what his name is. I just want information so I can go see him.
Okay, fair enough. So do you ask him about the?
Yep.
Okay. He tells you the instructions as to where to go. Basically, it's just an apothecary shop. If you go left here, right there, round the
Yep.
roundabout, sort of.
Left at the old inn.
Left at the old inn and down by the Diagon Alley, you'll see it. Yeah, fair enough.
Solved for X.
So so you've got that. Anyone else? Any other last bits and pieces, or are you?
Actually, yeah. Since I didn't really have a decent browse with that role, I think I just want
No.
a little.
I
Yeah.
just forgot about you two. So yeah, we'll come back
Oh, yeah,
to you.
it's okay.
You
Alright.
can't get out of this. Monk is the only one left. Yeah, Monk. What about you? Do you have anything left to get from this guy? Monk.
I shall ask if there's anyone around here who knows much about Kovar.
Fair enough. You're gonna ask him, or specifically just go and ask people of the town?
No, I'll ask him first because he might know.
Okay. He looks at you for a second and just goes, "I thought I recognized your people. Yeah, the children of Havoc, right? The monastery off by sort of hidden away. I know something about them. I never really met many of your people. I don't think many people know off here. I don't really know too much, but I've heard that there's a city off by sort of east of here. Or is it west? Nope, it is. It is off by west. Past Stiltonheim, there is a city known as Iris City. You go there, I heard that they have a great church that has all of the different churches. That's apparently what I heard. Well, or at least that's the closest city I know. They say that it's a great place of wealth of religion and faith. Maybe you might be able to find something there.
So there's no one around here then.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Well, I suppose I shall prepare myself for our battle against these creatures of the dark.
Very well. Right, so we now come back to Dago and Ether. Ether, you're sort of looking around and you don't really see much. You just see, like, okay, so we've got fishing lines, we've got some belt buckles, we've got some belts, we've got a few, like, knife sharpening kits, we've got bottles that are empty, but they don't have any way of being filled with anything. We've got pouches. We've got small little leather bags. We've got string, 3 different types of string. Like you're not really finding it too much of anything all that interesting. Dago, as you're looking around, you're not finding too much yourself, but then you kind of see something shiny on one of the shelves, but it's a little too tall for you.
I roll dexterity acrobatics
Oh,
to climb up.
Yeah.
To see what
Roll
it is.
acrobatics, yeah.
And remember, this is one of the few things I'm semi good at.
Natural one.
oh,
Yeah,
good.
18!
absolutely, yeah. As you
So
like
much good at it.
climb up onto the shelf, you notice like a little stone in the back. It's like a little shiny little pink gem.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna grab it.
Okay. As you look at it, I'm gonna see if Thingy notices you. He does.
I mean, if you want, I can roll stealth against that.
No, because you never said that you were trying to do it stealthily.
Oh, no.
It is a
I'm
decision you
not.
have
I'm
to
gonna
make.
pay for it.
As he looks at you and he just goes, "Yeah, the special ancients supposedly say about these little gems, Animite, I believe they call it, crystals that supposedly harbor some kind of strange essence. Some say that that's the very reason as to why we are in pain. Those with magic get some ounce of it from these crystals, or at least it's connected to it in some way. Maybe."
Yes, but can it control animals?
I don't believe so, no. Why?
And I don't want it. Just throws it back onto the shelf.
Very well. I do have one thing, although, to be fair, I don't know if any of you are really all that interested. I mean, it's not all that pretty and it's not all that fascinating, but it is probably my most expensive possession. I don't know if you would be interested in it either.
Go on.
Follow me. As he
Alright.
as he goes behind his counter, but then he also opens a door to the sort of area behind the counter.
Okay.
Ego will also follow.
Okay.
Sinister. Alright, let's do this.
As he closes the
Let's
door
go to
behind
the
the
back
two of
room.
you, he sits down and he ushers the two of you as he just sort of underneath this table, he pulls out a box and he places it on the table. As he clicks it open, he then rotates two little dials either side of it until one clicks, and then just a few seconds later another one clicks. The whole box opens up. Now in this is something that I have not seen before. My father found it, and I've kept it safe ever since. I did my research on it, and it's one of the darn-founded strangest things I've ever seen. As it pulls out a small metallic object covered in strange metals. It has...
The gun?
Yes, it's a gun, yeah.
It's a gun!
It's a gun.
It's a gun.
It's a revolver. It is a small ion-covered revolver, so it looks almost like as if it's made out of brass, bronze, or gold, one of the three. The cylinders are perfectly round, and pretty much he just looks at it and he goes, "This was apparently designed by a specific ancient civilization. People who knew about the Animite. Said to be scholars and sages that it's unheard of, that their technological advancements were insane. They were called the Ongoers. Now, supposedly there's only
What
one..."
does it do?
He looks at you, almost losing his patience a little, and then just sort of smiles. These devices are able to fire out small projectiles made of condensed metals. More powerful than a bow and arrow, but not retrievable like one. It's said to be known that there's only one or two smiths in the entire world who could ever make these. And supposedly, there's about 30 of them in existence. They call it, I believe they said, a pistol.
Pistol.
Yeah.
Pissed off.
Al?
What a curious
How
thing.
much?
5 gold, no less.
60 ether.
I mean, it is I've only got 2 gold, so...
Do you have 4 gold?
Dago.
Yes?
My dear friend Dago. If
Yes?
I was to borrow, say, 3 gold off you, I could owe it back to you at some point? Well, at the end of this mission.
Is it to buy pistol?
Yes, I mean, it does look very pretty.
Mm. Okay. Dago wants the shit.
Dago wants what?
Dago wants sea fire.
Alright then.
I will give Dago regrettably, but making sure after biting each one to give it to Ether.
Yeah, thanks, I'll just clean off the saliva and give it
Good
with
thing
my
you
two
don't have
gold.
poisonous saliva, innit?
I mean, I don't, but you never know.
A piss
I just like to bite them.
This,
He's
it's more
teething.
for the novelty as well, because it's like it's such a rare and incredible, rare and incredible thing. It's like I
He's
can't
being
take
careful because one day he's going to bite into it and it's going to be chocolate, and he knows he's going to be robbed.
it. Or like, ooh,
Yes.
chocolate.
I'd love
No, 'cause-
that. I'd love that you bite into
Need to
it.
know
and
if it's
like,
gold.
It would just be amazing that you bite into it, and it's just that thing of just it is chocolate. And Dago's just like, "What is this?" And just spits it out and throws it on the floor. It's like, "Vile deceiver!"
So actually, who
That-
the best thief in the world is, he swaps out your real money with the chocolate gold money.
And that man is called the Candy Man.
So how many gold coins are you giving to Ether then?
3, so I have 1 gold piece and 98 silver left.
Okay. And I assume
See,
that you give him
I'll
the
owe
rest
you
of
back.
your
I'll owe you for it. I just, I owe you. I owe.
Dago will remember this.
As he takes the gold coins from Ether after you've like handed them to him, he just looks at them, and then he just sort of like looks over at them. He goes, good money. Whoever gave you this must know a thing or two about some gold." As he then like closes his hand and then opens it, and the gold is gone.
Ooh.
He then takes the gun, and he basically just gives it to you, as he like holding it barrel first so that you can grab it by the handle.
So interesting.
Oh. How to use?
There's a little thing at the back. Pull it back, and then pull the little knobbly bit at the bottom. It's I believe some kind of like strange lever. If you pull that lever, it should
Oh.
fire out something.
Kind of like an arrow, but mechanized, I suppose. Like it just pulls it back the momentum and pooh.
Yes.
Like crossbow.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, very odd. I was thinking, Ethan's kind of fascinated. Is there any ammo to go with it, or is there?
I mean, you don't know if there's
don't
any
know if
inside or
there-
outside. You also don't know how to check.
Don't know how to check.
How many
right.
arrows?
The device should be able to hold up to 6 of them.
Okay,
How
I'll
many
look inside. Yeah. I suppose we'll have to go to a blacksmith and get some things to metal things to put in it.
Do you have any gold to buy arrows
I
for
have
pistol?
I have silver. I mean, they can't be that expensive, surely.
Tilt's head.
I mean, I'm sorry to say this, but there's almost no one on the world who knows exactly how to build those things. You'd have to find a very highly legendary, technologically advanced man to know how to do so.
Well, that shall be my new quest.
Mm.
And even so, it'll be nice. It'll be nice to hang on my wall when I get home.
Yeah.
Dude, I suppose, could I roll power knowledge to see if there's any way I could instill this pistol with my cold powers? My cold sorcery
I
powers?
mean, you don't even know how to do that with any other weapon anyway, so no.
Well, I've heard of it. I've heard of people doing it.
I mean, you definitely haven't.
Okay.
I mean, you can roll to see if you've heard of it, but yeah, you definitely just haven't passively heard of it, because that would be a change in your backstory at that point.
Would be. I mean,
No,
lots of 10.
no,
Aw.
because again, like this is again, especially with your specific abilities, you don't know that you can have your powers being used for something, especially because you didn't want to listen to thingy about his abilities. And even when someone said, "Oh, I think he just wants to use your powers," you said, "How is that even possible? I don't like that. That's evil." So
It is
because of that,
It's
you
true.
don't know that blood transfusion works, nor do you know if there's any way that you could actually grant powers.
blood
of that.
transfusion, enchantment.
Either of the two of them, you don't think, nor do you know, nor do you even think that you know that it's possible.
Not that you know that you know.
Not that
you
you
know.
know, nor do you know that you think, nor do you think that you know.
Not that you
know?
think.
It's
Just
an unknown,
flick
and
those
there's known
minded.
unknowns, and there's unknown unknowns.
Exactly. Right, so we now come back to Kaio and Monk. Monk, where have you gone? Have you gone with Kaio, or have you just gone on your own?
I have been sort of wandering around, just waiting for everyone to be done with their stuff.
Ah, fair enough. Then in that case, I'm going to go to Kaio. Since I know that Kaio went to a specific location, Jordaya. So,
Yes.
you've gone to the blacksmith and you basically see this orc just hammering away at something, just smashing into something. The blacksmith is mostly an outside workshop. But yeah, he's got like
Hello?
dark green skin, huge tusks. As you walk up to him and say hello, he just looks up at you and then just like full on slams down into this thing, and then he just stops as he just like quenches it and he just walks up to you. And he just squares up and down. "You right? What do you want?"
Ah, well, I heard you're good at making some weapons, so I came to ask if you would
As you do that, he just grabs you by the side of the cheeks with his one hand, as he's just sort of like squeezing your face. "You said that you heard I'm okay? What is this? Some kind of insult?"
Well, I don't mean that. I've heard you're very good. It's just,
Well. "Very well." As he lets go. "So you want me to make you something?"
Yes, well, with money, of course.
"Obviously. Anyway, what are you looking for? Sword, armour,
Oh,
shield?"
well, I was hoping you could make me a mace, as mine is, not that great, as I, show him my mace.
He looks down at the mace and looks up at you. "You joking? Honestly, I should confiscate this thing from you right now." He takes the mace and has a look at it. "This thing is probably one of the best things that you're going to get for a while. I mean, obviously I can make something better, but the materials here, this is shit. Best thing that I could do for you right now is either further upgrade this, but I'd be ruining the craftsmanship. I might have something relative to the same strength as this. What's this made from? Steel?"
Yes.
The thing is, if you're looking for anything better than steel right now, you've come to the wrong place, my friend. I've never seen these markings before. Where was this made?
In Aquacity.
Really? There's quite a few people who would take a fancy to this kind of steel. Aqueous steel. From the actual country itself. How much?
I'm gonna I'm gonna roll intelligence, which I guess would be weapon knowledge as well.
Yeah, you could add weapon knowledge, yeah.
I don't have anything in weapon knowledge, but I just wanted to ask.
A 12. That's not bad. It's up to you to make a price.
Well, how much? Do I know how much in my country this sort of thing would go for?
I'm gonna say that it was made for you, and like I assume that either you bought it with like very little money, or a large amount of money you saved up for, or the church gave it to you.
Yeah.
Either that or it was a gift. Either they gave it to you because it was like, okay, you are a paladin, so you need to be knighted with this weapon. So it has 0 value to you technically, other than it's
Yeah.
from your homeland.
Uh, gold.
You want some gold for it?
Oh, the 50 silver will also do.
Well, you're driving down the price there. Have you ever done this before?
No, not really.
Right, well look. This is definitely rare. I mean, I've never seen steel made from Aquia, an entire continent that is in and around a large body of water, believed to be the city of Poseidon himself, and you're telling me that you'll just give this away for a single gold coin or 50 silver? I'll take it. I really will.
All right then.
Very well. Roll me charisma.
Want the few stats that don't have a minus.
That's a 4. 50 silver it is then.
Yeah.
As he sort of like shakes your hand, and then he just takes the mace, pops it down very carefully on like a rack. So what do you want then? You want to take your pick, or you want me to make you something specific?
Oh, I guess you could make me something specific.
It'll take me a few hours, if not a couple of days, to make something. It's up to you.
I guess it's best I pick something now then.
Sure, have a look. Roll investigation.
Oh boy.
Found a
Oh,
place.
Yep.
5.
As I'm looking around quotation mark. I'm just gonna offhandedly say like, man, that Bellafor figure, he's I don't like that one.
Sorry, what?
The Bellafor, the one at the common store.
Yeah? What about him?
Yeah,
You start seeing that he's getting a little bit more physically...
No, I'm not a fan of that man. He took my blood.
Is
No
this
context,
is this a
Kyo.
deceit? Do you dislike him, or is that actually a fact?
Technically a fact.
Okay, technically a fact.
Technically a fact.
You don't specifically have anything against him, but he did take your blood, and that is a fact.
But he did. Yep.
And that's something that you're not entirely too sure on.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
You know what? You're right. Look, don't worry about looking at them. I'll pick something out for you.
Oh, well, thank you.
He's like looking around, looking at your arms, looking down, looking at the maces. Yeah, that'll do. As he brings this sort of chunky ball, it's basically. Have you ever seen the Tontress from Bloodborne? It's just a stick with a huge ball at the end. Basically, that's what he's giving you, but it's made out of blue metal.
Ooh.
As he puts it on the ground, he goes, "Try and lift that up."
I will try and pick it up.
What's your strength again?
18.
Oh, beautiful. As you pick this supposed to be one-handed thing, like this is a lot heavier than your last one, but you're strong enough to hold and wield this.
Man, it's quite the hefty weapon.
Oh yeah, it is. That is one of a kind due to the metal's rarity in this land. I was able to make it bastard to do anything with. Can't get spikes or blades out of this stuff, but sure as hell good. Buron, they call it.
Ah, Well, how much will this cost?
They call it Brawler's Red. I messed that up, sorry. Brawler's Lead, sorry, not Brawler's Red.
Ah, Brawler's Lead. Interesting.
Oh, I'd give you about... I'm now going to see how much damage this actually does first. That is a lot. I think this actually might be more powerful than your last one.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a good thing that you have such a high damage output because...
I upped
and a
my
high strength output.
for this reason.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay, so if I'm looking at this, it is... Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm just now reading it. Buron, one-handed, 20 plus roll, so that's... Okay, so without even the D4 roll of finalization, it's already plus 7.
Oh, wow.
Plus 4, that's then 11, so this weapon is plus 11 blunt damage. This thing is extra chonky and extra heavy. Anyone with a strength under 16 cannot wield it without rolling disadvantage.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, when I said it is lucky that you have over that level, that yeah. So this thing has a durability, however, of 150, and its weight is around about 15 to 20 pounds.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
it is very heavy for a one-handed weapon.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that said, yeah. So that's your new Buron mace. He goes, I'll just call it the Brawler's Lead Ball. Not exactly good with naming, but call it whatever you want. 2 gold for that.
Not, sir, you've been so kind. I tip him with an extra bit of gold. So I'm down to 1 gold.
You give him 3 gold.
Yeah,
He
he's
looks-
a kind
Wow.
guy.
He looks at you like
I
an
tip-
idiot, but at the same time is like, fair enough. Roll me,
My
I
guy
guess.
has a very grin and happy smile on his face.
Roll, I
Thank you,
guess,
kind sir.
charisma. And depending on the situation, he'll either see this as you're an idiot, or he'll see this as an actual kind gesture. He thinks you're a complete moron with that natural one,
Yes.
and he does nothing about it. He just all right then, and then just pops it into his like bag, and then just puts it down and continues on with the axe that he was making.
Wow. Like, we shouldn't let you out alone these days, you know?
Well, that's exactly how I wanted it to go.
Monk, for the last hour or so, what have you been doing?
I guess I've been vibing around and I don't know, looking for a cool place to meditate or train my willpower in some way.
Okay then. I'm gonna say, what specific thing would you like to train? Once you have this down.
It depends what kind of places are available in this town.
I mean, you can just go to a specific area, sit down next to the pond, and just try and calm your mind, or you can just be like pretend fighting out in the middle of nowhere on one of the fields or something.
So I will go into the fields and try and figure out how to use this new scripture that I have written.
Is this the fire or the ice one?
Well, I haven't written the ice one yet.
Oh, okay. Very well. Roll willpower. Okay. Roll it again. So with training, obviously, you have 2 initial rolls. You have to get... Oh,
Oh my
never
God.
mind. That's 1 success, and that's the end
ridiculous.
of your training.
Uh,
Doesn't matter how high my modifier is.
No. Yeah, so as you guys are doing this, Tack, you went out the apothecary's place.
I go in.
Your head is still a bit sore, and you still feel a bit wobbly.
Mm.
Like you're just like coming down from the after effects of it's all of the effects of a hangover and being drunk with none of the good parts. Basically,
Yep.
like you can barely walk, and you feel really achy and sore, but yet you don't feel hyped up or good about yourself at all. So you walk in, there's this guy with very huge spectacles, looks at you as he's got these multiple different glasses belted to his head, and they're all like scrawled over the top of each other in little like finicky bits. Messy hair, and the spectacles are just in magnifying his eyes to like ridiculous degree. He looks to be sort of like really weedy, and he looks to be around about like anywhere between like 30s or 40s. He goes, "Hello."
Whoa, big eyes. Okay. Hi. I'm looking for the apothecary.
That would be me. My name's Mardi Gras. How to help you, can I?
Hey! People don't know this, but Mardi Gras exists in multiple universes. And I like Mardi Gras. We didn't end on such good terms last time.
He
We
hasn't
saw
got
him,
Phyllis to
but-
screw him over yet.
Yeah.
As he takes out his hand, his right hand, just to go, "Hello, can I help you?"
I shake his hand and say, "Yeah, hi. I heard from the Hunters Guild that you sometimes receive bones and stuff from them to use in your alchemy."
I
I
want to
was-
point out this entire time he's still shaking your hand and is like
Yeah.
very profusely, overly shaking. Oh yes, well yes. I do have a few things. Yes, I do. Yeah, yes, a few bones and a few different things. And as like you let go of his hand's still shaking for like about a
Oh,
second.
I don't let go of his hand. I'm still shaking.
Oh, okay. He goes,
It's
"Well,
a
yes, I do
perpetual
have a
thing.
few things. Yes. Well, let me show you around." As he continuously shakes your hand still, as he's like, "And this is my workshop. Actually, the thing is, I'm not just an apothecary. I'm actually a bit of a tinkerer, really. Yes, I get some bones and I mash them up and I do all sorts of different things with them. Although I do also give them off to my friend Simon, and he's also pretty good at making decorations. You know, he's a lad. He is. He's not in today. He's a bit ill."
I'm not really looking for the decoration side of it. I'm just kind of curious about what you do with your alchemy, because I'm just curious about maybe learning a bit about it, because uh, from where I come from, we mainly use it for like jewelry, bones for jewelry, or for other things like. Uh, I actually back home had a fishing rod made out of bone once. It didn't work as well as I thought it would, but it's just I'm curious as to how you use the bones for your apothecary and whether I could learn a bit about it.
Oh, I can teach you a little bit about my alchemy and my little tinkering, or specifically only the alchemy, and it really depends on what you want there, lad. But mostly it is just making potions. Although I think I could definitely help you out with something. I have
Is-
a little thing that I brew up here, there, and everywhere, and you look a little knackered. By any chance, have you gone over to Yelmig, the dwarven lad?
Is he the guy with the weird hair that goes into his face?
Yes, Yelmig. He's got a good old mohawk going on. Yes.
Yeah, he's actually the one who pointed me towards you. Yeah. So
Oh, brilliant. Oh, well, in that case,
I mean, this was kind of more of a introduction type thing. I wasn't really looking for anything else. I mean, if you've got any kind of potions, I'm actually my friends seem to be buying stuff, so I thought they seem to be buying stuff. I think maybe we have some work. So I'd be happy to bruise your wares and see what you have.
oh well, in
And
that case, yeah, definitely go ahead.
and
Although, come here for a second, lad.
yeah, I follow.
He just goes, take a seat on this chair real quick. It won't hurt you. Don't worry. It won't bite. Although you might. So, please keep your chompers away from my fingers.
Yeah, I sit down.
And open wide there, fella. Just need to have a look inside that little mouth of yours.
Why?
Don't worry about it.
I open my mouth very slightly.
He then like just goes, all right, now don't worry about this. As he just drops something into your mouth,
Okay.
and don't forget to swallow.
I pretend to swallow.
Now you should feel a little bit better now.
Yeah, I'm gonna act like I feel better.
He looks at you for a second. Does it feel any better? I mean, all these hangover cures don't really work, but I, on the other hand, found out a little trick using slug snot. Well, mixed with a few other different ingredients, but that's basically the main one. It doesn't make you feel any nicer when you know what the ingredients are, I'll tell you that now, lad, but it does help. No more headache, no more feeling tipsy, and
I'm
definitely no
I'm
more...
I'm gonna rub my throat and actually swallow.
I want you to roll me metabolism because you now know what this is made of.
Well, to be honest, I don't care what it's made of because
Oh, well, in
I'll
that case, still
yeah.
roll it. Because it's been sitting in your mouth for a few seconds. It's like,
Yep.
oh, wait, what?
I got a 4.
Oh, you're like finding it difficult to swallow and you just start gagging. As it just goes, oh, well, that's not very good now, is it? At least you swallowed it. That wouldn't be so good if you could spit it, and that's at the point that you just go and spit it out. Well, that wasn't very good now, was it, lads? You didn't swallow it when I told you to.
Well, I thought I did swallow it. It came back.
Fair enough, fair enough. Anyway, either way, I don't have any more of that, so you'll have to deal with that hangover. Sorry, lad. But I
I,
do...
I'm just like, it's fine. It's not my first.
Okay. Either way, I do have a few bits and pieces, a few healing potions here, there, and everywhere. Well, I say that, more like salves. You just rub them on the affected area and they start clearing it up nicely. No more infections, no more poisons, that works pretty well. I do have a few different drinks that can help you see in the dark, although the only problem with that is if you do it at daytime, it does burn your eyes a bit. One lad swore that his eyes burst into flames. Could you imagine that? What a crazy night that must have been. Or daytime, I guess, if you think about it.
I mean, I can already see in the dark, so I don't really need that.
Well,
But
of course, lad, of course. Take a look around the ways, and if you see anything, just give us a shout.
okay, yeah, I'll look around. But I will ask about the poison, stuff, potions. You said they had stuff for poisons.
Yes, yeah.
I will
Well,
have a look.
I have a few things about poisons. Anti-venoms and stuff like that. My best ones, of course, are pretty darn useful. Although I do have one particular one that works on any kind of poison, but there's only a bit of a downside to it.
What's the downside?
Well, you have to drink it before. If you drink it after, it doesn't work. So you have to drink it before. But if you don't get poisoned, then well, how's it put? You kind of shit yourself.
I'll take it.
I thought you might like it.
Champion.
Also, be a bit careful, because on top of that, it does also do something else to you, lad. Sometimes you could start crying blood. That's also another one. Weird side effects like that. But no matter what the strength of the poison is, it seems to be able to defend you as long as you drank it before you get poisoned.
I mean, is there a time limit on how long you've got? Do you have to like drink it then get bitten? Or is there like a time before you
It's
start
about a
shooting?
4-minute time dilation, and maybe about 5 or 2. It's a bit random, you see. But anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes, you're pretty much guaranteed to be okay if you drank it about then. But if you hadn't gotten poisoned or venomed before then, I'm afraid, lad, you better start dropping your pants.
I still take it. So the eye bleeding thing. That's rare, or does that always happen?
I can't really say. Most people who have had that side effect don't really tell me or complain to me, if you know what I mean.
Still take it. I'll take some of the other poison antivenoms as well.
Oh, of course, of course. He gives
But
you one of these, and then he gives you 5 of the anti-venom. So he gives you something called preemptive venom, and then he gives you 5 anti-venoms. The sum total of which comes up to... I'm just having a look now. That comes up to a sum total of 7 silver.
Alright, I will hand that over.
Alright then.
So how many silver is to a gold?
100 silver is to a gold.
Okay. Oh, I did write that down, right?
And the same with copper.
Yeah. Pounds and pennies.
Pounds and pennies. Pennies and pounds.
Preemptive and yeah, I'm gonna just like peruse the shop now and just see if there's anything else I want.
Yeah, roll investigation.
Then so I'm guessing it's sort of Yay,
Yes.
that's about as good for me as everyone else. Oh no, that's 4. That's a real bad headache.
Yeah, no, you're just like, what the? Why can't I see straight?
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna turn to him. Thanks a lot for these potions. They should help out quite a lot. So can we discuss like maybe when I come back from my job about maybe some lessons?
Of course, lad. Of course, definitely. I'd very much like that. Again, if you ever want to come back and speak to me, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Or at least I hope not.
I should just drop by.
Yeah, just come on down. And if I'm not here, just be careful of Simon. He might try and turn your lovely blue skin into an asshole rug.
Who's Simon?
Oh, he's the other gent that works here.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, we call ourselves, it's a bit of a weird one. Obviously, we're known as Bones and Brash Apothecary, but he likes to call this place something different. So if you ever speak to him, don't pay no attention, no notice to him. But the lad does believe that we're called Mega Threads. It's a bit weird, really, to be honest.
Right. So,
He's a bit strange.
but bones and breath.
Yes. Anyway, so do you head off back to where the Hunter's Guild is, or?
I'm yeah. I'll just turn and go. Oh, thank you very much for your time. I'll definitely come back and see you when I get back. I'm gonna go dunk my head in the well.
Very well then, lad. Take care.
And I'm gonna walk out. And I am actually gonna head to the well.
Fair enough. So as you go off to the well, and as the rest of you have gotten the things that you wanted, I'm going to say the time is now up as you head back to the Hunter's Guild. It is just before 12.
Ooh, okay. Go time.
As you, yes, as you all head there, you've dunked your head in the well. You've trained. You've gotten a mace. You've gotten a gun, and Jago, you've also been there. As you head in, the Hunter's Guild place is now empty. Well, sort of. There's not many people left. There's only about 4 or 5 of them, and the rest is just a bunch of ale mugs, empty, half empty. Some of them half full, but not with ale. Some of them tipped over. Some of them upside down for some reason. And a few empty or not so empty plates. However, other than that, you see an elf standing at 6'2", long dark hair, neatly and very ever so cleanly dressed in almost sublimely beautifully looking armour. Chainmail that is specifically tightened up and leather bandoliers around him. You then see a clothen-covered ranger with two separate bows. One that she's holding in her hand and having a look at, and the other one is around her back, along with two separate quivers. One behind her on her back, and the other one is actually just off to the side of her left leg. And then obviously you see Gringar, as he's actually just now being given something and explained something to by Yul McMig, the big ol' dwarf, as the other two are just waiting for Gringar. As you all walk in, you'll hear the dwarf just going, "Oh, that lad is exactly how they work, so put him on." And you just see Gringar just putting on these huge gauntlets that go up to his elbow. As he does so, you see sparks flying off of his hand when he starts running his hand down it. And he places on the other one, and again, the same thing happens.
I see. So this is what you've been working on all this time.
Aye, lad, don't mess it up. These gauntlets, I made them out of fulgur. They're known as lightning metal. Took a bit of your blood as well, and the rest is history. Should be able to take a certain amount of powder from the friction that you break it when you're smashing something solid. On top of that, you should be able to run it across any of your swords and entirely light them up like fireworks from a wizard. I cannot wait to see the faces of all your creatures that you kill when they realize that their entire body is just about to be fully filled in by a huge amount of lightning, and it's not even a storm. As they then looks over at you, as you've all just come in.
I am soaking wet, by the way.
I would assume so. Sully, I'll let you get on with it. He just sort of continues walking on over. Yes, now that you have got this done, Gringar, can we please speak about why exactly they are there?
Well, the monk is my friend, and any friend of theirs is a friend of mine.
I see that the kobold has also joined them. As he snaps his fingers, you can see sparks of lightning coming off of his fingers as he's clicking his fingers in his gauntlets. You just then see the ranger just go, I believe he said his name was Dago.
Yes, Dago. We have Dago and Kaio and Monk, and two other friends that I don't know their names.
I'm Aoife.
I'm Tak.
Do a little wave.
Tiefling and an elf. How uncommon around here. I guess we should at least explain to them what they're doing here. My friend has asked you to come on a suicide mission, and I'm afraid that I'm not exactly entitled to be bringing you along. So, I'm going to warn you this once, and only once. If any of you are to die, we are not to feel any sorrow for you, as you are well aware that this is a mission to hunting creatures of terrible means, either for the sake of glory or for the sake of food, for the sake of bringing back trophies, or for the sake of the pride of knowing that we have rid the world from another creature that has gone far beyond its original design. Do I make myself clear that all of your lives are no more important to me than the creatures that we have slain? Once maybe that you have actually proven yourselves, I might actually remember your names after the 5 seconds that you have spoken them. But until then, remember this. I don't care.
Will there be giant spiders to mount?
We're not entirely sure just yet, but there could be. Arachnids are a possibility.
Dago is coming.
But that's also...
Yes, we're all going.
there's also something that you need to understand, is that all of you could potentially die.
Well,
I could die any day.
yeah,
That is true.
pretty normal for us.
Yes.
Hell, he nearly died in the shop.
I have a memory of the fact that we're looking for a nest. Is that like the one we found in the Goblin Cave?
The elf rolls his eyes. Yes, although you're looking at something a little bit more dangerous. Let's just put it this way. Goblins use weaponry because they have not got any physical capabilities of using such dangerous powers. If they are arachnids or scuttlers, they will have poisonous bites. They will try and use your flesh either for food or for cradles for their young to birth in. Understand this will not be a pretty endeavor. So, if you wish to cower away now, it is probably best to do so now, rather than later. I don't want to have to be carrying your treasury back with me. I don't want it to go to waste after all.
I'm going to try and extend the tendrils.
Okay, roll for it then.
D20, isn't it? Because I don't have a level in manipulation yet, because they wouldn't fucking work. So, no, never mind.
No.
God damn it! I was going to do something if they activated, but the thing is they didn't. I won't.
Well, just because that if you don't actually know our names, it's going to be difficult. So since we now know all of your names, you might as well know ours. As I said before, my name is Gringar. This over here is Jothery Pilton. He's the leader of the Hunters Guild. And of course, this lovely human over here.
She sort of rolls her eyes. My name is Miller Ray, and as we've already realized, you all have your own specific abilities. For instance, we know that you're a monk of the Chaos Children. We also know that you, specifically, are a paladin. However, we've not seen a Waters of Life paladin, so that'll be interesting. You're also an Elven Ranger. How original. And we're not entirely sure about the other two of you, but Dago, you did tell us that you were a worshipper of Alizul. So we have to believe that if you're still alive and out here on your own, then that must mean that you're some kind of either sorcerer or some kind of warlock.
Yes. And does that work? Give me a second. Rolled an 11. I can't remember if it's a 15 or 10. It's a 10!
What's this for?
You just see Dago suddenly like transform and grow gigantic sized.
No!
Yeah, see,
We're
like
inside.
Okay, well, you're turning into dragon form.
but he'll like curl up into himself.
No.
You like a snake, like
You
curls.
don't
Okay,
take damage from
No,
expanding
So-
the space
why?
that's small.
Sam,
He's gonna
everyone is now taking damage from this, by the way.
Great, thanks, Sam. Awesome.
Okay, so
And I sprout up upwards, don't I?
no, because you also widen, and because that you were
You're
were literally in between or on top in between them or on top of one of them. All of them are taking damage because they weren't like spread out by 5 meters apart. So
Sam, why
Sam, you know
do
you
do
can't
this?
even control this power, right?
Yeah, exactly.
every one
You
of you
still have-
takes 7 points of damage.
Thanks, dude.
And
Does that break anyone's vitality?
oh, don't worry, because someone else is also taking that damage. Because large creatures, if they bash into anything, they also take damage as well. So Dago is also taking this damage. But
Sam, you know what?
Can I inquire how
even
big is Dragon Dago, considering he's a small creature that becomes?
I mean, I imagine the
it's
transformation
based
size
it's
is
based
still
on the
the same.
transformation, not based on your
Yeah.
original size. So because of that, you actually become as big as the dragon transformation.
Wait,
So-
are you level 3 on this power?
No.
No, so
Yeah, you
Oh my
did.
so
god,
so
Sam!
this could be really. Oh yeah, no, because they get damage resistance at level 3, isn't it? So he
Yeah,
doesn't have
but
any
damage
damage resistance.
So that-
never affects
Sam,
the.
you just
Wait,
thrown
I do
away
have
this
that.
for nothing.
Oh yeah, the damage. Actually, no, the damage resistance does affect the recoil.
It doesn't affect the recoil.
This is the end of the campaign.
All I have
folks.
is
Thanks a
resistance
lot, Dago.
against cold damage.
Not that it
Right,
matters
so
any.
We're gonna die.
So Sam's just killed everyone. No, no,
Hey,
not.
I
not
still have
killed
10 health
himself.
left.
He's
For
definitely
me, I've
killed
got
himself.
quite a chunky health pool.
Dago just sprinted upwards and then just fell back down again.
So
probably
Dago
reversing back
has
into
just.
cobalt form.
I want to point this out. Dago has just bursted like a meat balloon because that is over 4 times. Oh no, it's over 3 times your health. You have to get 15 or above on a Constitution check now. If you fail it,
You got
die.
this. You got
Oh, I've got.
this.
Thanks enough. I've got Supercon now.
Why would
So,
you do
it's-
that?
No, because this damage surpasses your transformation. You then go unconscious. We are now
Oh.
seeing without your super constitution.
Damage
Oh,
to be
It's like he instantly expands and then explodes.
How much damage do we actually take?
Sam, I
So-
swear to God, why?
He's dead.
Like, can we? He's
Why
dead.
do you always do this?
Okay, because I
This is-
did
this is
foresee
dumber
that
than
I would
jumping in a
transform
well.
into.
You
I
should have
might
read
be
it. What do you mean? You should have foreseen. Like you said this from the beginning. You weren't going to use your transformation stage because you couldn't be able to control it, and you weren't going to do it. It's like, oh my God, we're in
to do
full
was
So,
Sam.
Sam.
so
Willpower. I have
Monk,
+3 to willpower.
Monk, you
has nothing.
take 7 damage. Ether, you take 7 damage. Tak, you take 7 damage. Kaio, you
Oh.
take 7 damage. Now, as all of you have taken 7 damage, you just all get squashed underneath or squashed into something because this dragon bursts in. It hits its head, its body, and its tail into every single thing, damaging itself upon its transformation. And then because of this, Dago then de-transforms and splats against the floor. As he does so, Dago is now dead. Like,
What the hell?
that was a 3. That was a 3. Sam
Dago
needed
was
at
slaying.
least a 15. If he had gotten under that, he would have taken some more damage. This is that's it. He's dead.
Yeah, I'm not
Well-
saving him either. I'm not
There's no
saving him.
one
I'm
can
You
not
can't
save
saving
him.
him.
He's dead. He's
Dead.
I mean-
Listeners,
Yeah, I mean, even if he was,
Mistakes
it's
were
like
made.
no.
Oh.
listeners,
One of the
mistakes
people
were
who
made.
could actually
There you
help him
go.
doesn't even
One
know
of
that
us
that's
gay.
that's.
I don't even know how anyone could do it. So everyone's
I
just
don't even know
standing
how
there
anyone
like.
can react to what just happened.
Is
I mean,
that
he's the first kobold I've ever seen, so I don't know if this is just something they can do.
Has anyone
Die.
seen The Boys season 2 where that
Yes.
woman's head explodes and everyone doesn't know what the hell to say? They go, ah,
Yeah.
what the hell? Like, that's basically that. Every single person in this room is just going, what the hell just happened there? As this thing's blood is everywhere.
Maybe they just think, you know
Oh,
what?
wait,
Maybe that's what.
hang on.
Maybe that's what Kobolds do
It's-
in their
you
time
know
of
it's a
need.
15 plus to transform, right?
Oh, it's a 10 plus.
Here's
no, it's
10
15.
plus.
I'm checking the power compendium. It
Mhm.
says 15 on the thing.
Oh, it's a, well, 10 plus
but they're-
SP. Roll one.
I'm pretty sure it's not because they're
It must roll 15 or higher on SP to transform into a dragon or dragon mode.
It was 10
Ooh.
whenever I put it down.
Well,
Did you change that again?
Let's have a dragon. We may be saving Dago this time. Yeah, it's 50. Yeah, roll a 15 or higher.
So the question
Technically,
is, my
The question is, do we want
playtesters-
to save Dago?
Well,
Is it
the
really
question is, my playtesters, as this is devs play, and we're literally seeing now live as we are again playtesting
Should
and
it
developing.
be-
Should this be at 15 or above transformation requirement, or should it be 10? Now,
Well,
Bill,
seeing
The
as-
reason
I-
it was
no,
10
I-
was because you needed
Well, seeing as still
willpower.
the other
Yes.
transformations.
Yeah, no, I mean that does make sense considering you do have to make a willpower roll. to
considering
then-
otherwise, you can't use your powers at all until you get a really high roll.
Yeah,
And it is,
Yeah,
although it's a
I would-
powerful transformation, as Bill said very eloquently,
Yeah.
you need willpower as well to make sure that you don't go berserk, because it's a large, powerful, mythical creature.
Because you have to roll a 10 on willpower to succeed. So yeah.
Don't-
No, you're not
don't-
fair enough yet. I think it should be a 10.
Okay,
Don't-
well in that
don't-
case,
Willpower.
and
In
since
In that
Sam
case,
was,
Dago grew into a giant dragon, and then fell down again and exploded
he
into red.
bursted. So, with that being said, as everyone has just stood around this bloodied corpse and
Dumbfounded.
covered in some splash of blood.
Oh, and as we leave, just kind of like lazily falls from the ceiling, just womp 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 womp.
Everyone
womp.
is just every one of the members of the guild are just looking at it just like, what the hell was that? And then you just see the dwarf just going, well, don't mind if I do, lads, as he just like scoops up some of the brains and he's like, what? I can definitely do something with this. I can turn his
Greatest power
powers
flex
into some kind of
I've
special
ever seen.
stone.
Yeah, do you want to
Oh.
have a go with that, monk? You know, take the blood.
I'm
Yeah, I.
It's just basically, he picks him up with a shovel. Is like, I could do something with this body. Oh, here we go. As he just like takes off the leaf and puts it on the table, as well as the now shattered jug that is just starting to bubble up over like his legs, like the contents of like this weird pink bubbles foaming at his legs.
And
What
his
a weird-
perfect shovel.
I'm just like, I was literally looking at myself as it's actually slightly falling off me because I'm wet. I'm just like, I'm just like, what the hell just happened?
I'm honestly at a loss here. As Jothary says this, I'm honestly at a loss. Did that thing know that it could do that, or is
Can
it?
kobolds do that? Is he gonna
No,
come back?
not at all.
Is that normal?
No.
You then just see some sparks flying out of like Dago's corpse as like the dwarf is like pulling out a piece of something from him as like sparks are flying, and he just makes a stone that's like purple. As he just goes, I don't think he'll be coming back from that. As he just then like throws the rest of the body into like the furnace. What? It's a perfectly good forage. I'm not gonna waste it. Cremate him.
I mean,
He was our ally, and you just took the powers from his corpse.
What? You want it, do you?
I mean, he was with us. Like, he should stay with us, probably.
A magical power to turn someone into a dragon, and you think that we're not gonna at least have some interest in that?
Well, we don't
it's
even
just
know what just
completely confused
happened.
what's going on.
He was perfectly normal with a magical power, probably given to him by some kind of sorceress weirdness. Basically, he was some kind of child of some kind of dragon, with a magical power to turn into said dragon. I mean, if you want it, you can have it, but you got to make sure that I'm not gonna catch you suddenly trying to turn into one of these things.
I
can't
See-
turn into a dragon.
I'm gonna walk forward, seeing as I think I'm the one who got on with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you are the
you
one who got on with Dago the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the one carrying him away. I was the one digging the hole with him. So I'm just sort of like, and I'm also one for use every part of the animal. So I'm actually quite happy.
I mean, he did call the closest thing to like a brother when he said you were like the fake kobold.
Although he doesn't really know that.
Yeah, but you know, fake
can
kobold.
I have that, please?
You want it? Fair enough, lad. But before he gives it to you, don't be a dick with that. As he just puts it in your hand.
Sorry. I'm just gonna take it, and then with my necklace, I'm gonna try and find a way to sort of wrap knot the stone into my necklace. And
Yeah,
then put
fair
it back
enough. Okay, yeah, I'll say that it's now part of the necklace now. Like it's just on the necklace.
I mean, I don't even know how to use it. I'm just sort of like, it was part of someone I knew, so I'd like to keep it.
Okay. So
And then now I'm going to walk out and back to the well, because I'm going to wash this stuff off me.
fair enough.
Well, I might as well use some of the blood.
I mean,
Let's
it's.
make use of them.
I mean, not that you know this, but it's too late to use that blood now. Which I'll probably say that if you want to try and use that specific blood, it doesn't work, and you figure that out like at some point. So as you guys sort of saying that, it's like, well, this, I'm afraid, doesn't really change much. We still need to go on this mission today.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just go.
Very
Uh,
well,
He's just had enough. He's just like, I'm done. Fucking
I
get us
am
Right, so
done. I mean,
kill the
Aoife the
mood.
character and also, Alex the character is done.
flame.
I'm done after this.
Made.
Like,
So
Only
as
where
as
mistakes
as,
were
as we
made.
go off, I'm going to say, yeah, obviously you guys get washed off and that lot, and basically,
Can I
Gringar-
also, while I'm at the well, can I fill my containers?
yeah, absolutely. I assumed that you'd already done it anyway.
Oh, okay.
Considering, yeah, it just seems like the most logical thing anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah. As you guys are all heading off, I also assume that Tack, you've also filled up your ones.
Oh,
Yeah, as I said, like I assume you've already filled them up.
mine were filled when he gave them to me.
Yeah. But yeah, as you're going off to, as you like sort of come back, and the others sort of come with you, it's like they've got like backpacks and everything as they just go, and just pretty much say, like, obviously we're now going to head off, so keep up. Don't slack behind. As they move on to as you guys move on to the next areas, it's basically a day's travel. So as you do so, pretty much, I'm just going to ask you all to roll an endurance to see if anyone has to stop because of you, and if not, you get some XP for succeeding it.
I mean, we're gonna need to
Oh,
heal
yeah.
up before we go on this journey.
yeah, because now we've got take. 'Cause Jesus, yeah, we took a lot of damage. I need at least 10 things to heal.
I mean,
Me.
you
Well,
you
I mean,
all
we're gonna
said
recover
that
it
you were
when
fine,
we-
so
I mean, we're gonna have to rest at some point on this
yeah,
journey.
you
so we
will
might
rest
as well just
before.
keep going.
Fine, yeah.
I'm not wasting potions just because
Just
someone's
Right, okay,
stupidity,
endurance,
but-
did you say? Alright,
yeah,
let's
endurance.
do it.
Yeah. Okay, so Kaio and Monk. So Kaio, you got 18, so that's pretty good. Monk, you got 13. That's good enough.
Wow, okay, bye!
Ether, okay, that's not very good. So
Disaster.
Tack, they had to stop for you once. Ether, they had to stop for you for 4 hours because you basically passed out.
Yeah, well,
'Cause it
I've
was
been through a lot.
too sheer to walk on a road.
But we haven't even got to the resting point yet.
Yeah.
Eventually, you guys do get to a certain location where they do set up camp. Again, very little people talk to each other. However, beforehand, as you are sat round the campfire and everything, Ether, you're taken off to the side by Jothri, as he just says to you, "So what clan did you hail from?"
Oh, I'm just with the wood. I was with the Wood Elves, so you have the clan of the Swift.
Hmm.
What clan did you hail from?
I am one of the High Elves. Silvermane, mostly, but I was chosen not for this life.
Doesn't seem to suit you well by your demeanor. If you don't mind me saying, you seem quite aggressive. I suppose the hunting life is hard.
There are things that you do not understand. Your destiny does not specifically shape or meld of who you are, but it is what story that you must be living in. You can be a good or a bad person and end up people calling you the hero. You could be the greatest soldier ever was, but people will remember you as a fraud. It doesn't matter about your truth. It matters about theirs. That's what destiny is. When I left my clan, they told me that I would be unable to fit into the fighting world without being dangerous to others. That I was not meant to be a soldier of my kingdom, but yet I was to be a hunter. And instead I left my clan. But I still ended up being one anyway.
Oh, that does suck.
Not at all. I think you misunderstand. My point is that destiny tells us that we are one thing. It doesn't necessarily tell us that we are only that thing.
Some comfort, I suppose. I don't really have a destiny.
Perhaps that is true, and perhaps it is not. Or perhaps it is because that there are many possibilities, and the usual seekers can only see one.
I hope you're right. I'll be honest with you. I don't really know what I'm doing most of the time. The smoke cleared and the seers came up with nothing. The first time in, gosh, nearly a millennia. They just packed me some supplies and told me to make my own way. And to be honest, I was excited. That's never happened before. I'm the only one in my family to actually have that, but the only one I know. But now that I've come out here, gosh, everything is just so overwhelming and different.
Not every destiny, nor every life, can be shaped by magic. As someone who has spoken to many a few witches in his time, all I know is that the true evil is one that knows of bad, and yet continues to do so. But the worst evil is one that does not see the bad that they have created.
Wise, Joffrey.
No, just truth. As he walks off, you then come to a sort of moment of Gringar just holding, holding Monk's neck in his shoulder because he's just so much bigger, and he goes,
Monk, I wanted to ask you a question.
Yes.
Where did you take your friend's blood?
What do you mean?
Well, you were trying to use it and it didn't seem to work. Also, what are those symbols on your little bandage thing on your arm?
Oh, it's a little something I learned from the teachings of Kovar.
Your god, yes.
He is.
What exactly did he show you?
Well, I could try a demonstration.
he sort of suddenly, like, his eyebrows raise.
Demonstration? Go on.
I don't know, get me something to punch, I guess.
He just suddenly gets this, like, log that he was sitting on.
I don't mind sitting on the grass.
And he just puts it in front of you.
I will attempt to basically use this log as my training dummy.
Very well. Roll.
Should I just roll willpower?
Yeah, roll willpower, and I assume. Yeah. Just, yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. So, what do you do then?
I am kind of focused from it, then I slowly move my fist towards the log and just inch it closer until I make a little lunge forward with my fist and make contact. That's it. Ignites the lock.
If any of you see this, you see that, again, the fist that specifically he's touching with this, he's not, again, like, he's not thrusting it as an actual, like, full-on attack, he's just showing and demonstrating. But any of those who see this, roll me an insight or a perception check.
I'm not paying attention. I'm just sitting down, looking at
Staring wistfully at the stone that you now have.
the stone that was a friend of mine.
I'm gonna roll an insight.
Okay.
Oh, I'm very insightful today.
Kaio, you see that his hand starts glowing in a very strange way. When you sort of when he sort of lunges towards it. Ether, you see this, and I'm going to say this insight not only helps you see what exactly it specifically is. You notice that the writings that he's written on, there, it suddenly lights up, and you see like small flames ignite on the writing. As he touches it, you then see like an entire like almost aura around his entire fist suddenly go from his elbow into the fist, and the second that it hits the edge of his knuckles, it then just creates this burst of flames that goes through and around into the log.
Wow.
You noticed that this is the same rap that he was trying to write on earlier a few days ago when you guys defeated the pyromancer.
Ah, the magic. Blood magic.
Now that is impressive. I thought you said you had no magical power.
Well, I don't really have any magical power.
But that's pyromancy, right? Or is it similar more to my magical power?
Not aware of magical power.
Would I be able to shed some light on what he's doing, or find a bit of knowledge, or...
I'd say it more be power knowledge that you'd have to roll to actually understand it.
Well, I could definitely try with a power knowledge. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. No, I have no idea what that is.
You don't know
Never
how
seen
he's
it
done
before.
it. You saw what it does, and you figured out. Okay, so he's taking that guy's blood. You don't know how he's necessarily done it.
Fair enough.
You're like connecting the dots, but the main dot is, but how though? Okay, but how though? Anyway, as that goes on, all of you sort of get some rest. As the next day comes to a start, as you all wake up as Jothery is just basically kicking all of you awake. Not necessarily anywhere specifically vital, just kicking your feet to just sort of jump start you. Like, come on! Bright and early!
Have we healed up, or...
I'm gonna say all of you roll me survival.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be that dick.
Yeah, you are,
Yeah,
actually.
I'll be that dick. 19.
I was gonna say,
7,
if you get above 10, I will give you some health. If you get above 15, I'll give you some more health. Okay, so Monk and Tack. Monk, I'm gonna give you a D6 back. Tack, I'm gonna give you 2 D6s back. So, Tack, you're back to full health. So,
This is so bad for me in my trash health already.
Monk, you are, you are very burdened, and then everyone else, So, I still can't. I've just seen his name, and I'm just like, no, there you go. All of you guys have woken up. He's still a little hurt, like a little sore from yesterday. Again, without actually any healing items or anything like this is going to take a little while longer to actually heal from. Because again, like this is like.
Well, we just got blasted by a dragon.
It happened midday. Most of you all failed your endurance checks. And then like again, survival. It's this thing of like you guys have not had a decent enough time to be able to rest up. You're on tight schedules. However, if you did have any special abilities that you used the day before, you've at least long rested, so that's a thing. So yeah, as this goes on, basically Jothery just says, according to what we've been informed, if we just head off a little bit more southwest, we might be able to actually see what's going on. Apparently it's a large nest, but people have not been seen once they get to a certain location. What we're going to do instead is draw out some inkling as to what's going on. The best way to do this is with both cunning and precision. Now that neither of us know exactly who is going to have that, we have to figure out one last thing instead. Who is going to be the bait?
Whoever's the toughest.
I've heard that tieflings are quite durable. As he looks over at Tack.
I mean, yeah, but I've done enough hunting to know that being the bait is not the best thing in the world.
Such a shame, isn't it?
I mean, you don't have to be, you don't, it's not great, but as long as you're fast, and I'll pick off any of them that come too close.
We just
Meaning
need
you'll probably
recon.
kill Tack.
I mean, if we can find somewhere that's near water, I'd be a little bit more happy with that because I can slow them down as they come towards me. But
Fighting them will not be necessary. All you need to do is just get in to the location that we need you to do, have a look and see exactly what kind of nest it is.
I mean, I can
then-
turn invisible, so
Well, there you go then. Then go on. Get. As he's got like the very smug look on his face.
I'm like, where am I going?
He points you off in the direction of the location that you need to be at. Basically, it's a forest. He's pretty much saying, in there is where you need to be, and guess what? We need to be on the outskirts of this place, so that we know exactly what we're going into. Otherwise, we'll all die. So, you know.
Okay.
He's literally saying, do some reconnaissance for us, but at least if you die. He's a bit of a dick.
Yeah. I get that.
Yes, damn high elves.
I guess, do you want to say roll invisibility and then stealth, or?
Yeah, let's do that. So, invisibility for the first time. No,
It's the
So-
first time.
I swear, this character just does not want to use his abilities. Every time I try and I mean, I take it you're not going to let me roll until I do it. So,
No. So pretty much, yeah. With a bad invisibility, I guess it's time to stealth and hope that you can be invisible at some other point.
oh no, I'm not going anywhere if I'm not invisible.
But that's the problem then, because you need to go in.
Go,
Yeah.
do it,
And you
Yeah.
failed your power roll.
do it, mate. You can do it. We believe in you.
With my amazing stealth of plus nothing. Well, with super dex.
With super dex, I might add.
Okay, yeah, I will go in. So it's the +1 for super dex. Seriously, what the hell?
What is it?
It's a 3. 4.
Collectively, our luck as a group has been pretty tragic today.
Yeah. So as you
I just
go on,
I just saw a
in-
friend of mine explode. So
Hang on
head's
a
not
second,
really in the
hang on a
game.
second. So is that your dex, super dex, and stealth all combined together in one modifier?
I have a stealth. I have a dex of nothing because it's 9. I have a stealth of nothing, and I have a super dex of 1.
Yeah, so a 4 it is. There you go.
I did not roll well for this character when I
You
first
did
made
not roll well for this character.
I don't think really any of us did. I'm gonna be honest.
I think the only
Of these
person who got a
characters.
decent roll for their character was you with an 18 on your strength, and that's it.
I didn't get.
I mean,
an
I
18
got
on
like
strength.
kind
Oh,
of
I've
damn.
been
normal
building that
rolls.
up
That's
for
the
5
thing.
levels.
Never mind, everyone got
Yeah,
bad
everyone
rolls.
got kind of
Yeah.
screwed over.
Anyway,
But that's
so,
half the fun.
so as you go in, as you just sort of walk in, you just walk on in. Roll me a perception or an investigation.
Because that I'm not doing investigation because that's bloody. I will do. Oh no, this thing.
I'm not going to do that. That's a bad roll. Oh no. Oh,
Yeah,
oh no.
9.
I'm going to roll severity. That's a 74. So,
I walk in. Just, oh, he's gone.
Did I hear TPK?
so as you go in, I'm gonna roll I'm gonna flip a coin. Okay, yeah, it is what I thought it was gonna be. As you go in, you suddenly like just feel like the floor is squelching underneath you. Like the trees.
That's good.
The trees are seeming to just sort of like smell as their bark is rotting. You see blood on them, but you also see something else that's burning through them. You can see that their sap is becoming putrid, almost like as if the trees are actually growing pus. As you continue walking through, you can then suddenly, ever so slightly, hear some noise of something behind you.
I'm gonna. Can I get the? I'm gonna get the preemptive anti-venom out of my satchel and
Okay.
just have it on hand.
Okay. As you
By the
hear
way,
something...
Sam. Sorry. By the way, Sam. Vitality is 3d4s, not 2.
Depends what race is rolling for.
He's
Oh,
rolling
normally.
normally,
Oh, okay,
so-
okay.
It's like you're gonna need it anyway.
It does. I mean, it says on the book 2d4 for both.
Yeah, I know we haven't updated it yet, but yeah.
Oh.
I think I
Oh.
have for one of them, but I haven't done it for anomalies. So yeah, sorry about that.
I'll
Anyway,
just do one more d4 then.
Yeah,
This is outside the game.
Oh, neat.
Anyway, so you So yeah, you hear scuttling behind you. You then hear scuttling in front of you, but you can't see anything.
I'm going to try and turn invisible again.
Roll for it.
Oh, finally.
It works. For how long though, Tack? Roll that d4.
D4.
Hey.
Oh, beautiful. 4 minutes.
Clutch, clutch.
As you continue forward a little bit more, you then see a huge, like, black mass in this crater.
I'm gonna attempt I'm gonna spend one round doing a just general look and see what's going on.
As you look further in, roll me an insight.
I have good insight. $13.
You notice that the black mass is a load of separate creepy crawling creatures. 6 legs, long bodies, and strange spine-covered snouts.
Do I know kind of how big it is in general?
Each of them are any size between about, let's say, 1 meter all the way up to 2 meters. Roughly
And-
around about half or an entire size of a door.
Right. And the overall mass?
Overall mass of this entire crater, it's about...
Of the ball of...
Oh, the
Icky
massive
something.
icky
Yeah.
black mass. It's
Yeah.
about the size of... The best way to explain it is about 10 meters diameter, and there's a ton of them all on top of each other.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting the hell out of there.
Okay. What would you like to roll to get out of it? Or should I say, how would you like to get out of there?
I'm gonna try stealthing out, see if I can get out before my invisibility runs out.
Okay, fair enough. Roll stealth.
No, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
so much easier
no,
when you're
absolutely.
invisible.
Absolutely. As you are able to get out of there. Eventually you come back. I'm going to say like it's taken you 2 minutes, so you've got another 2 minutes of invisibility. If you wish to keep it going, you can turn it off at any point that you want. But
Oh, I'm
you
going to
do
keep it
get...
going until I am well out and I'm with.
No, you
everyone.
get back to the group. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll get back to the group and I'll stand right next to the elf. I can't remember his name.
Jothery?
Jothery. Yeah. I'm going to sit right next to Jothery. I'm just gonna right behind him. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna get my head right next to his ear and just go, "You are a fucking maniac," and then I'll come out.
Well, you seem to be alive then. Good. So what's the situation?
Yeah, there's like, I don't know if this is an exact measurement, but I'd like to say a metric fuck ton of them.
Right, and if you were to say the area of what we're looking at and what particular creatures they might be, what do they look like?
Yeah, I what do you want me to say, or
Oh
to
yeah,
say?
you can say either if it's a lie, nothing what they look like, or if it's the
No,
truth.
I
exactly
will
what-
explain exactly what I saw.
Right, okay, we are dealing with
the pussy trees, the boggy ground, the fact that I was surrounded pretty much as soon as I walked in there. And it's only the fact that I'm invisible that I could get out in time. Get out.
So we're dealing with scuttlers. And that is where we shall end this session.
Oh, well, never a dull moment with Sam.
So, thanks again for everyone staying tuned. I'll change some of the bits and pieces around, and I'll add the particular thing. But yes, so that was a thing that happened.
We've never had a character explode
Like
by themselves.
I mean,
Okay,
not by
Well,
their
I
own
see, no, by
doings.
their own powers. That's
Yeah.
the
Fair enough,
thing.
yeah.
We haven't
I mean,
had that before.
Someone did get.
Oh,
I mean,
Phileas.
cast.
Okay, yeah, no,
That's
Phyllis did
true,
actually
yeah.
explode by his own powers.
But he
Yeah.
also did it on purpose.
Okay, that is
mean-
also true. Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, okay, yeah.
It was sort of a
Although-
final flash moment.
Although, you mean final explosion, by the way.
No.
Although that doesn't mean I guess like that IOU for that gold is null and void. So that's
That is
positive.
true.
I'm
That is
hoping.
a
That is
positive.
true.
Always looking at the bright side, is Alex.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
completely
I
forgot
mean-
all that money that was on him.
Yeah.
Exploded.
Yeah.
Oh no.
They were going to use that because that was like
No, because
one
that
gold
was in
piece
his
and
pockets
98 silver.
when he threw, because he only took the sword off his body.
So it's
Yeah.
just in the fire.
So
now.
yeah, so
Well, still, that was only like 1 gold
I mean,
though. So I
We
I
just
took
left
literally
his
most.
every-
body in the tavern.
Well,
yeah.
thanks guys for joining us for this one. Thanks again, Sam. for-
Sadness.
Yeah, I guess. Well, Dago is day dead
Well,
and
Another
day
character
gone,
show up
as
here
you
next
say,
week.
Oh yeah, you can't see it, folks, but Sam has changed his name from Dago to Dagon.
gone. Yeah,
I mean, I didn't do that. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure Bill's done that.
Bill.
Would never be that callous about my characters.
Oh
really,
no,
Sam?
but
No,
the
no,
memes
Sam,
are
you
coming.
don't get to pull
the
that
memes
after
are
you just
coming. So
exploded
if
him.
anyone wants to see that,
No, this is perfectly true. He's perfectly true. He's never that callous about his characters. While they're dead, when they're alive, he's completely callous. callous
Oh,
about
yeah.
them.
absolutely, yeah,
I mean, yeah. There's a big difference between being alive and being dead. You get respect when you're dead.
No,
Usually.
you don't. No, Dago.
no,
Dago
not a
no
single
respect
ounce,
for him.
not a single ounce. No, Sam, you're not getting away from this. Anyway, so thanks again for all of you for joining us, and thanks again for my players for joining us to this, I feel like at this point, self-torture. So if you guys liked what you saw here, or liked what you heard here, depending on if you're watching or listening to this, definitely check out Animite Tales on YouTube, or at Animite Tales on Twitter, as we post all sorts of different bits and pieces. Check out our Patreon, at Animite Tales on Patreon. You could be one of the people who adds a character or an item that one of these guys may have to fight, say hi to, or use to kill someone else. Thanks again for joining us. Take care. Ciao ciao for now.